You've got a lot of guys out injured, but what was it you said to the kids in the locker
So,
room?
people,
that
you're
they
here
have to do
watching
out
the
there?
Alabama versus LSU game with us live. Since I'm an Alabama fan, you know it's going to be live reactions from me, and they're not going to be good all the time. So if you have any children that are in the room, you might want to remove them now as you watch this live, or put on headphones, or whatever you want to do, because I know I am going to be doing some cursing. So let's get to the game. My co-host isn't here yet, but as soon as my co-host get here, I will add him to the stream.
So you're flirting
So
going down
let's go.
7-0 when you try to get Bryce Young off the field. No meaningful snaps last year. What a tremendous season in his first year starting for the Crimson Tide. 26 touchdowns, just the 3 picks.
Greatest attribute beyond the numbers, the poise. How he plays through adversity, through the great moments. His teammates feed off of his cerebral approach, makes great decisions. LSU has got to mix up their looks and try to make it tough for him when it comes to reading coverage tonight.
Can they get a stop, which no one has been able to do against this Tide defense in the first series? Young on the move. And
oh my God, what was that?
The tight end had it in his hands.
Come on now. Don't start with these men now.
Plays, and they have come out in a terrific rhythm. This guy's been sharp from the first snap just about every game.
Not start with it.
It's not going to change. The entire game, no matter what happens, that's the look that you get from Bryce Young. I sat down with him in the spring this past year, first time I had a chance to really meet him after the incredible year that Mac Jones had. And I walked out of that room like, guy was like a 3-year starter with his maturity.
Robinson into a clogged middle. Bill O'Brien has coached, maybe 4 dozen quarterbacks, echoing what you're saying it's almost beyond belief how calm and mature and how prepared he is at his age.
Yeah, and one thing right now about LSU, I know it's the first series, but that drop by Latu gets them now where they're 3rd down and long. There's a look at Bill O'Brien right there. See what kind of pressure they try to dial up here with Durante Jones, the defensive coordinator, if they're just showing it and they drop.
Number 1 offense for 3rd down conversions in the country at 58%. 3rd down defense has been a problem for the Tigers this year, atypically. They're showing pressure. Damone Clark comes, and he hits Young on the throw.
Oh, yes, sir. Let's do it.
His top target.
Yes.
Near midfield. He stood in there and delivered, Kirk.
Yeah, he found the matchup that he wanted with Mechie against Pig Cage, who's not played a lot of football. He had him on the slot and the inside, and that was why he kind of stepped up. He helped the back Brian Robinson with protection because of the blitz, and then he found the matchup he wanted.
On the edge, gets the ball to Jamison Williams, the transfer from Ohio State.
Come on.
Electric. He's been the deep threat. Turns a short throw into an 11-yard gain.
You go back to this look, even with inside leverage. See how he's inside. Watch the route by Mechie. Get him to move just slightly to the outside, and he got the ball off just in time. He allowed the receiver, Mechie, to get that little stem at the top of the route, and then he released the ball and gets hit as he throws it for that first down.
21 yards on that 3rd down play. They pop it to Jamison, and Williams is going to show the speed to get around the edge. Wasn't much there, and he made it about an 8.5-yard gain. Here's the Chick-fil-A impact play.
He's electrifying. You're going to start with Brian Robinson, what he can do, but of course, Jamison Williams get a feel there. Mechie on the outside. You're going to see a lot of them with one-on-one opportunities. Damone Clark, what a great leader in the inside in their front 7. And then on the outside, they are depleted in the secondary. Dwight McLaughlin has got to be able to hold up along with the rest of that secondary tonight. There's a lot of guys that are talented, just haven't played a lot of football.
Young delivers, but it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. He's 6 feet tall in the program, maybe a little bit shorter than that. Somehow he's able to see through the trees pretty well. That one knocked down.
Yeah, that time it looked like Vanua actually got his hand on that 58. Yeah, right in the middle. He just kind of at the last second gets his hand up, knocks that ball down the left hand. And that's the one area, like you said, with a lack of size, when he throws in the pocket, the D lineman are going to try to get up and try to affect that accuracy.
Need about 1.5 yards on this 3rd down. Young looking to throw for it. Back pedals and delivers incomplete over the middle. Threw it behind Mechie, and now it's 4th and 2. Offense on the field.
Well, LSU took away everything underneath. That was really good coverage, good communication. Forced him to have to throw that ball downfield. And by the way, they're getting pressure. They're getting after Bryce Young. Nick Saban concerned about that, and of course upset maybe that there was a push there by Ward, but that ball really didn't really give his receiver much of a chance. I think that's a good no call personally.
Interesting call that Saban's made here. A 49-yard field goal attempt. Will Reichard is extremely reliable, drives it low, and it's off the crossbar. And
Oh my God. Jesus. Come on.
Get to stop on third and
Jesus.
short. Saban comes up empty.
See if the snap and the hold were good there. Oh, it's like the hold was just a little bit to the inside, may have affected the timing there.
It's a rare doink off the crossbar.
Al just got here, so he got to get his
No, it didn't. Just
sound.
Check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Right, I'll tell you what. The way this year is
Oh,
going for Ed
boy.
Orgeron and this LSU team, on the road against this football team in Alabama.
I might need another Bud Light, and I already had 3.
Defense getting a stop.
Damn.
Yeah, they've been scoring on every.
Don't
Just the
judge
first
me.
quarter?
I don't care. I had it before the game because I felt like I might need it. Oh my God.
Flat. And the catch is made by Jack Betch, their tight end, who figures to play a big role tonight. Chick-fil-A impact players when LSU's got the football.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to try some play action pass on early downs. Ty Davis Price, they're going to have to run downhill with what he can do. You just saw what Besh can do, 80, put him out at tight end, but they'll flex him around. Will Anderson is an outstanding player, one of the top players in the country against the run and the pass. And Kool-Aid McKinstry is going to get an opportunity to play a lot with Josh Jobe out of the lineup.
Feed Davis Price, and he finds the opening off the left. I mean, they would love to be able to pound him. They're hoping they can do to Alabama what Florida did in the second half, run the ball effectively.
Yeah, he gets right behind his offensive lineman. You got a pull this time by Hines, who's playing through injury, the big tight end, Mashburn. But what I love, this is what Davis Price can do. This is a football team that's not been able to run the ball consistently. At time, you can see the determination with Davis Price and the leg drive, at least get some positive yards.
Look at Georgia. Killed
So
us.
line look here on
Killed
second.
us dead. Look at that.
They did y'all dirty. I ain't want to bring it up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to bring it up. But, you know,
Shit, this is true.
Believe they
Shit,
may have moved.
it's the
Looks
truth.
like illegal motion. Johnson just throws the ball
He
away.
did us
I
like
think Palmer, who was going in motion,
beat us like
started
boy
to cut
stepchild.
upfield before the ball was snapped.
dang, y'all right at all.
Discipline has been pretty good for this
All
LSU team.
stars.
Penalties really have not been one of their problems. They only average 4 a game.
So I'm going to tell everybody now I'm not ashamed because I've had those Bud Lights. I'm going to have to make bathroom breaks. And this is one. I'll be back.
Not left for our referee tonight. So Max Johnson, big 6'5" lefty, son of Brad Johnson, 15-year NFL veteran, Super Bowl champion.
What I love about this guy is his toughness. You know, he brings a spirit to this position. It's not been a great year, but one thing you can count on is 14 is going to compete. I'm sure his dad is very proud of that.
Couple starts for Johnson late in 2020. He's been the guy ever since injury to Miles Brennan, who broke his arm preseason.
They're pulling these linemen effectively. They're able to get around to the edge. They ran the exact same play to the left. They're a big run pass option team. So you see that fake pass from the quarterback after he hands it off. He's just trying to give the linebackers and safety a feel that he's throwing it just to try to keep them back and give his running back a little bit more room.
Jake
Okay,
Pierce
I'm
is
back.
the play caller, his first year
See
doing
what's
that at any
going on.
level of football.
Empty the backfield. Davis Price all the way to the top.
4-man rush on 3rd and 4. Johnson
Get it!
has to throw it away. Back pedal, got hit.
Like they finna give him a chance to fire somebody. Hell no.
That was Bill Mathis, number 48 on the pressure.
Yeah, that's all just about the great coverage downfield. And honestly, Johnson does the right thing. You know, as a young quarterback, there's a tendency to want to hold on, try to make a play. You get a sack and couldn't locate that.
Oh,
downfield.
he
You
was
can
open
see
too.
from up here,
Wide open
cameras,
too.
You can see Jenkins jumping around.
Ooh, he
That's
was
exactly
wide
where he was
open.
looking.
Look at him, wide open.
Jenkins
And I blame Alabama for having him that wide open. Hell, glad he ain't seen him. Let me calm down.
Kickoff man, the
Ooh.
punter, and the holder.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me grab this and calm
Go
down.
from a
'cause-
walk-on and getting a scholarship, then you get to wear number 18 on LSU. That is a career journey that's we're saluting.
See, right now they trying it.
Timeout. LSU.
Oh,
They're
what?
first of the half.
We spent an early timeout. Must
Early
have
time.
like
Ooh,
protection there.
boy.
I'm telling you.
Trying to pin
You know,
Alabama
you know, word is on the block, on the street, that Ed's job may be in jeopardy this season.
Really? LSU coach?
Yep. I'm gonna mute the sound until they come back. But yeah, it may be in jeopardy because they haven't been playing well since Jamar Chase and it was Hilaire and Justin Jefferson and Joe Burrow and them left. But that's one thing I gotta say about Bama.
Y'all keep players. Keep
recruiting process.
Yeah.
Whatever we lose, we find to bring in. So, no. If they saying that, I don't know. But, because baby, they don't play over the, they don't play. Anybody that don't know, in the SEC, we do not play this losing mess. Okay? You certain schools, certain organizations, Auburn's, your Alabamas, your Georgias, your Floridas, your LSUs. The coaches come in, and especially after what Ed did, they beat Alabama, they beat everybody. Won the national championship, and then just fell off real bad.
I was watching the Missouri Georgia game earlier, and they was talking. The announcers was talking good about Bama, man. I no lie, they was talking real good about Bama.
Yes. Okay. I have been watching Alabama since the season started, and I have noticed that they are not consistent at all.
No, I'm saying stuff like if it was anybody that that's in the top 5, 10, one something they say y'all up there, Georgia, and they were saying they got the right team, they got the right teams up there, for all of that. They talk good about y'all.
But I do feel like Alabama, despite the other teams that are right there directly below us, I do not think they can come in there and just. I don't think nobody that's below us then that can come in there and beat us. It's not gonna be a good game, and they want good games because good games generate money. So,
and there was a lot of things they was talking about too about y'all who y'all playing and stuff like that they think like people that's in the top 5 that they can't come in there and beat y'all.
Okay.
That what they was saying. They talking good about y'all, man.
Okay. They talking about Cincinnati below us and all that, but Cincinnati can't come in there and beat us.
Right.
So Cincinnati can't beat us at their house or our house.
But you gotta look to that in a whole different conference though.
Yeah, because I don't.
Oh, he faked it. Look. Oh, look.
Oh, it's a trickery at midfield. LSU set up with the 25.
Wow.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Take some chances. He's right here
Okay.
on the upbacks.
Okay, we earned.
Blocking and
Woo! What?
Alabama, this is after the timeout, and punt safe. They should be anticipating this. The only thing they were anticipating was the run. They completely lost.
Oh my God.
And there's Coach O taking chances. Why not? Roll the dice, especially early in this game.
Oh my God. Y'all finna let LSU score first. Come on, man. Come on now.
The Tigers threatening to score first here. Play action. Johnson under pressure. Lobs into the end zone.
We got it. Do we got it?
And that's a defensive
That was a flag.
Please don't let that be on Alabama because they've been doing too much of that. That's my problems with them. Penalties, stupid.
That was down there too. Possible passing interference, holding maybe.
When it looked like Neighbors had a chance to go right by him. When she's about to go by him, he grabs onto his jersey.
On the defense, number 13, 10-yard penalty.
Okay.
First down.
All right.
Oh, he got on to an old number.
Hands on the receiver. You can even
It's the first one. I'm gonna let that slide.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good call. That's so they go fake.
But y'all continue this mess.
Up with a holding call on the defense.
I'm calling Nick on the sideline. I'm not dealing with this.
Pull off an upset. You want to hang
I'm not doing it. Ain't no upset. Shut up.
on the road. Can't settle for field goals. You got to try to attack.
Oh,
and
you
try
hate,
to get
you
the ball
hate
into
to
the
see
end
that
zone.
coming, huh?
It's not coming. Okay.
I'm not saying it's coming. I just say you hate to see it coming.
Woo, boy. I ain't gonna make it.
50% touchdown percentage.
That's
Davis
right.
Price,
Stuffing back there.
muscles ahead off the right side. They're still trying to push the pile. Picks up 2.
Now, this has been an interesting defense this year for Nick Saban. The whistle, they're calling him down.
Telling
You
you,
know, it's been frustrating, to be honest.
it been
with you.
hard.
He
But Nick, it been hard for us.
There's been
You
moments
talking
in
about?
the series 2 or 3 where it looks like
We don't never know if we going in the game winning or not.
and then they've had so many busts. They've had so many moments where they've miscommunicated. It's been very frustrating this
Woo,
year for this coaching staff.
Frustrating for all of us too.
Handoff up the middle.
Cause we don't know what they doing.
Knocked down at the 9-yard line. Davis Price makes it 3rd and short.
First of all, they should be up that far.
Letdowns. They'll be playing for a stretch and then inexplicably fail to communicate.
Yeah, you're just not used to seeing that, from an Alabama defense. I'll tell you what, man, Jack Mashburn, 82, he came to play tonight.
3rd and 2.
What?
It out. Thomas.
Wow.
Oh. Brian Thomas
What?
Jr., the true freshman.
Ain't nobody within 10 feet of this ball.
Early lead as they make good.
I need a short intermission.
Talked about miscommunication, right?
I will be back and I will let Al narrate for me. Just give me a few seconds. I'll be back. Probably before Alabama,
Wow,
what they
he's
gonna do.
wide open. Jeez.
I'll be right back. Excuse me. A few seconds, please.
Both follow the inside receiver.
Wow.
Nobody's out of the flat, and it's a touchdown for LSU.
That is crazy. He's wide open, man. Alabama slipping up on that. That's something you don't usually see Alabama do. Leave a guy that wide open, man. Wow, that's not good.
And Mashburn, as you said, a big role on that drive.
Yeah, he's hitting people. He catches the fake punt. A miscue by Alabama's defense.
I got a feeling Alabama gonna see that.
LSU Tigers. This is exactly how they.
Them little jump passes all game. Guys seem to be working for them.
New jerseys are here. There you go.
All American Club? Did you just turn us into Subway ads?
Yep, Subway's got so much new, like the new Turkey Cali Fresh, that they couldn't fit
Russell
it in their
Wilson.
ads. So they bought space on your jersey.
Go long, Italian BMT.
I told you I was going to win.
With Windows 11, gaming performs to another level.
Let's go.
And when it comes to streaming movies, we haven't really experienced any buffering. It's so cool that we'll have access to movie theater level quality pretty much anywhere.
Seeing it load up that quick, I was genuinely surprised.
I can't believe there's no lag. I didn't realize how bad you were until I got these really good graphics.
Uh-oh.
No, I did it. I go back to the game once it come back on. See, I can see it on my screen. Oh, okay. I'm back. Just need a moment because
Alabama better watch out for them jump passes they doing. It seem to be working for them. And
the fact that when nobody near this dude, like, come on. Oh. This just ain't right. It truly isn't right. All right, they better come down here and score. It better not be no S, because I swear, I'm trying to keep calm because it's only the first quarter. But this could set the tone for the rest of the game. I don't need that. I do not need that. Jesus.
Wow, that's ugly. That's 2 jump passes.
Man.
That is not good.
This penalty got them all.
That is not good at all, man.
Already starting off with some boo.
Check. Man. That's ugly.
Joe Burrow. And we all had a good team right there.
Subway.
That's when y'all had a
and
good
in part
team.
by Ford, built for America.
Two of the great offenses group you've ever seen in the long history of the sport. Back-to-back years,
Smith.
national champions, LSU and Alabama in these last couple of years. Difference is Alabama has reloaded. You lose.
Tell me back. But they doing us no good right now because LSU beating us, and that should not be.
And Orgeron lost a bunch of draft picks off that. Look at the message.
I can hear him say they didn't come to play.
You hadn't just them thinking that.
Questioning the desire and the attitude of Alabama maybe here early in the game. LSU came to play here.
You.
Atkins with a low kick and on the bounce, taken by Williams, and he's got blazing speed, but is knocked down short of the 30 to Matt Berry for an update.
Hey guys, good evening. Rocket Mortgage Studio update. Final sequence of Cincinnati and Tulsa.
So who won?
4th and goal. Steven Anderson reaches the ball.
Oh,
but fumbles it.
Fumbled
multiple
it.
views, multiple angles.
Let it go.
The call
Just
stood
like
as
that.
a fumble.
What?
Cincinnati recovers and they
Struggle with.
play undefeated
What about
football for another day.
Struggle with Cincinnati. Struggle with.
They win, but the committee is certainly watching.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Show this morning on game day that the students did a phenomenal job. The football team didn't look like a top 4 team, frankly.
I know, right?
Robinson,
Get through that.
durable, steady, powerful back, falls forward. Keep an eye on the left leg of number 71 here, the center, Darian Dalcourt.
Yeah, he is,
Lance Kirk.
he is the leader in the middle there. That is not a good look. They've actually made some adjustments. We'll go down to Holly here after this play, but he went in to the locker room. So they've had Chris Owens, who's played center last year when Landon Dickerson would go out. So he's got a lot of experience there.
Dang.
Moves over from right tackle. Play action.
Right.
Young is chased. He's so good on the move. This is just a throwaway, but
Shoot.
shows you why he's been hard to sack. He's given up 18 sacks. He'd be a much bigger number if he didn't have the escapability.
But this injury is big because of how it affects the communication of this offensive line. All of a sudden, Damian George, a young tackle who has a lot
Well,
of
y'all better
upside.
go. Just go here and quit playing with me. Because ain't no way LSU sitting up here winning their game right now. We got an egg. Come on now.
So it kind of a domino effect with one injury. This is an offensive line that has had some issues in pass pro coming into tonight.
Best pass rusher for LSU, Mason Smith, is out with an injury tonight. One of the many injured Bayou Bengals. On 3rd and 6, Young lofts it. Catch made.
Get the first down. Come on.
Catch. And
Y'all better go for it. Y'all better go for it.
Oh shit, Gunner.
They better go for it. Ain't they? Man, come on, man.
You're right. He came back, but I'll tell you, that's a good job of LSU's defense.
Is he going off the field?
Playing zone, keeping the ball in front
Is
of him.
he going
and having
off?
A great idea where that.
Is he going off the
was,
field?
Keeping him short of it.
What y'all doing?
Jesse Burnham.
Y'all know some all the. Oh my God, we play.
To kick it away. Trey Palmer, deep for LSU at the 25, and this LSU defense a strong start.
LSU defense, my mother.
Kick and a retreat and a fair catch.
I'm trying to be a hole.
15-yard line.
But y'all gonna make me
his job. Tomorrow morning on ESPN, NFL Countdown. The inside
Yeah,
story of how the Phil Collins song "In the Air Tonight" remains a pregame anthem for many of the NFL's biggest stars.
I just would like to say, I don't know what Alabama is doing right now.
Justin
But
Fields,
this team right now that's playing is not my team. I don't know who they are.
Won 3 in a row.
They're at home. So I can't say they left their team in Alabama because they're in Alabama.
Defensively against Bryce Young in these first couple series to get the stops, to get the ball back to LSU.
Y'all let defense score again. I don't think I'm going to make it to
right
league.
now, somewhat surprised.
I don't think I'm going to make it.
No doubt, trying to make some noise as Johnson rolls.
How he got all this time? Sack it.
Goes down, didn't throw it away, and he'll take about a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, Christian Harris is out there, and that's what he has to do. Again, young quarterback, wants to stay alive, wants to make a play. Watch Harris kind of shadow him, kind of mirrors him, doesn't get him, let him get outside. And then look at the rest of the jerseys there. Once he gets outside and it's not there, just abort, throw it away.
Christian Harris, one of those.
Now take the sack. I like that better.
He's an Alabama player, but he does admit extra inspiration taking on the Bayou Bengals. He grew up an LSU fan, of course, in that town.
Well, he better get over that today.
So behind the 6, 2nd and 13.
Get it.
Johnson, little miscommunication.
Yes.
Cutting
I
inside the
love
route
it.
was Betts, the tight end.
I love it.
Johnson threw it
I
outside.
love it.
It had an option route, and he's been very effective for him.
Ooh, boy, he
Jack
hot.
Nash 80 is
He
a
is
great young player. Coach O fired up, talking to the officials.
Fired up,
That's
he
just
hot.
miscommunication. He
Real
kind of
hot.
had a inside route where he could have gone to the inside, to the outside, and the quarterback read it to the outside because of the leverage, and Besh ran it to the inside, and now we've got the flag.
Intentional grounding
Oh,
on the offense. Number 4.
Wow.
That's lost it down. The ball being placed on the spot of the pass.
Ooh.
That's one of those intentional
Wow.
groundings where it's a miscommunication.
Well, I love it.
I don't
Now let's give us the ball back so we can
Bill,
score.
you have to help us. I mean, that's just a miscommunication to me.
That's what the officials have been being preached to. I don't personally buy into it. It's just a missed route. That should be enough
Shut
to
up.
put an incomplete pass.
Well, here it is right here.
Shut up. Ain't nobody
Quarterback
ask.
reads, he thinks leverage is to the inside, and then
Nobody
the
asked
receiver
you
feels now
nothing.
I can get him back to the go back to the inside, and instead it's a miscommunication, but a loss of down. That's why Coach O was fired up.
Yeah, it cost them 5 yards. The incompletion would have been 3rd and 13. Now it's 3rd and 18.
We're being way too technical on that call.
Amen.
Go draw here, screen. I mean, you just want to be very careful here if you're LSU.
Well, they are. You can't get more careful than that run. So that drive not productive, pinned back, and then they went backwards, and now a punt should give the Tide decent field position. You saw Orgeron, nothing like a lame duck coach. He's fired up. His blood is boiling this night, and he was mad at that early mistake.
He's still mad. See that. But Alabama's defense, with the help of that call, they dialed it up there themselves. Brought more pressure. Christian Harris, a good series there. They're going to get great field position here for Bryce Young.
Great.
JoJo Earl, slightly built freshman receiver, back to receive the punt from the 35. Spins out of one tackle and is knocked down in LSU territory. So the Tide defense rises up, and the offense will take over in Tiger territory. 5:22. Bayou Bengals up by a touch.
The State Farm Champions Classic begins Tuesday at 7 on ESPN.
Showtime, chamaco.
Get the Disney bundle today. Only $13.99 a month.
You want fries with that?
Introducing Wendy's new hot and crispy fries. Preferred almost 2 to 1 over McDonald's. Try them today. Only at Wendy's.
Stealth mode?
Yeah.
Shh. Don't PTA meetings end at 9?
Oh, got lost.
Wait.
The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
I need you to see.
To all the kisses that led to this one. Celebrate every kiss with Kay.
Bogey's on your 6th, Limo. They need customized car insurance from Liberty Mutual, so they only pay for what they need.
You're not getting you a helicopter.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Stop dreaming. With Rocket Mortgage, you can use your home's equity and make that renovation a reality.
When you're ready to turn your home into your dream home, Rocket can. Rocket.
You cut it off again?
Yeah, commercials.
Deep down, I need some of them joints right there. What? I'm live.
Upside down. 2020 began with an incredible party in New Orleans, 15-0, but then the attrition. Of course, Burrow and 20
Be right
players
back.
went to the NFL. Coordinators left. Joe Brady goes to Carolina. They lose Dave Aranda to Baylor, and they made some hires that have not worked out. Linehan and Pelini lasted a year, and Peets and Jones were hired for this season. And it's not unprecedented to go from champion to being fired in 2 years. It happened earlier in the SEC. Thanks to Alabama and Nick Saban dropping the hammer. That's the common thread.
Very rare, though. I mean, like you see the graphic, you just don't see that happen very often.
Nope. Really can only happen in this conference. They have not been able to get Robinson going, and that's because Damone Clark came to play tonight, too.
Yeah, he is a guy that is going to impress you with his spirit. Watch his instincts and vision to be able to work through that traffic, get into the backfield. This is what LSU wants to do. They want to get into the backfield, create negative plays.
2nd and 11. Young spinning, buying time, and looking to launch. Finds it across the middle there. That's Latu, the tight end. He waited a long time. How long do they have the ball? About 14 seconds?
Yeah, I mean, this guy's a passer. He's a pocket quarterback, but this is what we've seen him be able to do. He's quick. He's like a point guard. He's not fast. He's quick. He's tough to bring down. What I love is he always has his vision downfield and eventually finds Latu there on the backside. Great play there individually by 9.
And a 15-yard gain. The LSU defense had to be winded running around chasing him.
It's demoralizing there, too. I mean, because they did everything right. And then another Alabama player, it's Cam Latu, just made that play. But, yeah, it could be very demoralizing. You're playing well defensively, and then that happens to a defense.
Latu came here as a linebacker. You don't often see Saban switch a guy from defense to offense, but he's become a really effective tight end. Cordell Williams spelling Robinson in the backfield on 2nd and 9.
And
Young takes a hit and delivers, and Williams trying to spin free, lost the ball. He went out of bounds.
They playing with your nerves, Gunner.
Coverage there. Knocked it loose, but the Tide avoided turnover.
We've seen Jamison Williams. He's got so much playmaking ability. McLaughlin limps off the field. It's the last position that they can afford. They get pressure again, but he gets that ball away from his body. We've seen that the last few weeks. He's a dynamic playmaker, but he's got to keep the ball in close because we see it how these defenders are going to knock it loose.
3rd and long. Well, you said it. They are decimated at corner. Really can't afford McLaughlin to be out.
Okay, they got to get it first down right here.
Oh, boy.
Also out of this game tonight.
They playing with your nerves, and they go.
Man.
The clock winding down.
Delay a game.
You a lie. No, it's not.
Unlike Bryce
It's not
Young,
a delay a game.
unless they got a timeout on the sideline.
Took a timeout before.
That'll be a timeout.
No, they didn't.
What?
That was a game?
3rd. Consulting now.
He better be the call
See a flag on the
timeout.
field.
Hard penalty. 3rd down.
I mean,
there was no flag.
Boy,
but
right
this
there
is
look
play.
like he hurt.
This is a story here.
Look, the defense, they came into this game with 8 starters from defense out. And you look at these guys, the secondary,
Damn.
Ricks and
They looked
Stingley,
like
maybe
49
the
a
best
couple
in the
years back.
country.
So let me get this straight. They got these many defensive players out, and Alabama has an edge. Okay.
Key defensive player.
Exactly. With an edge. I can't.
3rd and 14 to try to bring pressure, and they get Young back at the 50.
Oh.
Mike Jones Jr.
You got to make that snow run, man.
From Clemson,
Man, I may have to get my husband to make a store run for me because I'm alive.
But eventually,
because this right here.
Nickelback, he wanted to go to LSU to figure out how to be a
Man, they
better
got
middle
in on him.
linebacker, more of an opportunity to do that. How about how he gets
I'm not sure what's
Brian
going on
Robinson,
right now.
a veteran, a really pretty solid pass protector as a running back. He got right around him and makes that play.
My God.
Slight limp from Bryce Young as he trotted off the field that time.
Then we're going to have
Oh boy, now he got it now.
Formation on the
Jesus.
offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Wow, this is a very ragged start for the Crimson Tide in a lot of departments. They got fooled on special teams.
Da-da-da.
And by the way,
Pass protection's breaking down.
They started that drive in plus territory. You know, the first 2 drives
What
only
the
25,
38?
That
My
drive,
God.
the LSU 48, a couple big plays, and they start going backwards. The LSU.
Why he these folks talking about some
made
LSU?
the trip.
Oh
That
my
echoing.
goodness.
Not something we expected to hear a lot of tonight.
31.
Burnip. High kick away from the returner. Palmer and out of bounds. Back to Matt Berry.
All right, Chris, a couple of other SEC
Nick better get them
games
together
to
before
catch you up
before
on.
the
Tennessee
halftime,
and
before they
Kentucky.
get in the
Hendricks
locker room.
completed 3 passes for 150 yards. This one, 72 yards to
Black
Velus
Rock-
Jones
Black
Jr.
Rock Friday, coach.
Tennessee up 14-7 with a chance to tie it and send it to overtime. Nolan McCord misses. Wu Pig hangs on. 31-28.
Thank you, Matt. So LSU at the 20 after a 35-yard punt. Corey Kiner, true freshman's in the backfield. He's got the football, and Kiner comes from Cincinnati. Plows ahead for about 3. Trying to spell Ty Davis Price. We'll see Kiner, maybe Armani Goodwin, but we expect to see Davis Price as the workhorse tonight.
Yeah, they're just trying to spell him, give him a chance to recover. Different kind of back with Kiner. Still has good size, but it's very, very quick if he can hit a crease. Keep going to that counter play, pulling that backside offensive lineman.
Kiner again into a wall and slammed down hard by Will Anderson, the emotional leader, the jack linebacker for Alabama.
Yeah, this time, they do a much better job of being able to see how they're getting penetration. You talked about 31, Anderson. You know, for a guy that's known as a pass rusher, he has heavy hands, and he's probably the best
Brad
at
Johnson,
being able to put a 300-pound
son.
lineman
Brad
backwards
Johnson.
into the backfield. And that time, they said enough
think
of that
grandson
counter
was a
play.
son or
They
grandson?
penetrate and make it a good stop.
He's had a monster year, the alpha, really, of this Alabama defense as a sophomore. It's Josh Williams, the back on 3rd and 7. Here comes the pressure. Johnson stands, takes a hit, and delivers incomplete. Threw it into coverage. Tried to get the ball in a tight
Y'all need
space
to
there.
just ball and score.
Kirkland.
Well, they brought both their linebackers, Chris. Harris is actually out here. He's going to blitz here, but watch Henry Toto right here. He eventually gets the pressure. Somehow, Max Johnson at 6'5" is able to get rid of that football before he gets hit.
Tide get off the field quickly, 3 and out. And Atkins to punt it away. Earl makes a fair catch this night. Didn't make a fair catch. Thought he did. First coverage man was blocked, and he is hit immediately. No yards on the return. The Modelo fighting spirit moment today.
Well, I got to go back to the fake punt. I mean, a gutsy call by LSU. Jack Mashburn slides out. A little jump shot there from the punter, and a first down would lead eventually to the touchdown. Some confusion by Alabama. A couple defenders on one guy. Leaves it easy for Thomas to slide out into the flat. And Coach O said, we still got a little magic left. Still got a little magic.
We talked about the departure of Dalcourt Owens sliding from tackle to center, how that could really be an issue. The offensive line play has been a little sketchy so far. Haven't been able to create creases for Robinson, and they've broken down in pass protection.
Something to continue to watch, the right side, that line.
Pressure again. Young hit as he gets the ball out.
Ooh, man, come on now.
Field. Jay Ward was in the neighborhood.
Well, this is what I'm talking about with communication. Watch the pressure here. Remember, the right tackle, right guard, they're working new. It's new for them now. So a little bit of communication, and there was a good job of disguising the blitz there late by LSU. And I love the fact that LSU and Durante Jones, they're starting to dial up the pressure to challenge the right side of that offensive line with Damian George now in there right tackle.
Alabama hasn't started a game on offense like this all season long. Final seconds of the first quarter, and
who was he throwing that to?
Streaking down the field, but he was bracketed, well covered. Darren Evans, the corner.
See Pirate come in it.
And nothing against
Yeah, I
Darren
put it
Evans,
on
but
the
this is a
screen.
guy that if everybody were healthy, he wouldn't be playing a lot of football. If everybody's here, he's from Nicholls State. You know, he transferred over, and he's out there on an island against Jameson Williams, who's been making everybody in the SEC look bad. So let's watch 24. And, you know, you have Ray Jones, who played high school quarterback, still learning how to be a corner on the other side at 29.
LSU defense trying to create another 3 and out here. 4-man rush. Young has some time. Escapes. Makes a head fake. He
Ooh, yes, sir. I am here for that.
Boy, they needed that.
Ooh, we needed that so bad.
And what made that even
Oh,
more
we need that so bad.
is the fact that they're in zone. Everybody on 3rd and long has their eyes on number 9. He can't bring him down. I mean, it's
Yeah,
got
but they
Kyler Murray
suck.
kind of feel to it in the open.
Oh, it
field.
did. It did give a little
Side
Mighty
to
Mouse.
side.
It did.
But the Tide are down by 7 after a quarter at Tuscaloosa. Back after these messages.
Oh, boy.
I'm originally from Hawaii, but I moved to Wisconsin just last year. I decided to get a bike because a car was too expensive. We both work.
They really are trying it. Really are trying it. Need Alabama to score though. Really need Alabama to score when they come back because this ain't working. This is not working. Jesus.
Pretty shocking quarter here in Tuscaloosa. ESPN College Football Primetime presented by Subway. This presentation of the SEC on ESPN. Alabama held scoreless in the first quarter, Kirk, for the first time.
Shut up. I don't want to hear that.
Against Chattanooga back in that 16 season when they eventually made it to the championship game. 31 game streak since then.
Almost doesn't even count the Chattanooga game.
No.
Like you said sleepwalking. This is serious. Movement.
This offense is out of sync. The protection hasn't been there. Young hasn't been very sharp yet. 12.
Man.
False start on the offense. Number 70, 5 yards.
They trying to get his game away, man. What is
They
they
give
doing?
it to LSU, and
You can
I'm
see
not.
This offensive
I'm not
line is
happy.
not working well right now. Their center is out, likely for the rest of the game. Darian Dalsmont with
Jesus.
a lower leg injury for Alabama. But the good news for LSU, their corner, McLaughlin, is likely to return to this game. He just came out of the injury tent where they've retaped an ankle. He can return.
Thanks, Sally. That's good news. Not in the field at the moment as Dalcourt walks back out behind the Alabama bench, limping. 1st and 15. Young over the middle. Throws
Go,
a dart,
go. All
and
right, all
Mechie's
right.
got it a yard short of the marker.
Well, their
What
answer
down
right
is
now,
this?
playing some younger corners. Look at the cushion. So the answer for Bryce Young is with that cushion, we got to throw underneath that coverage. If they're going to not walk up and
Thanks, second,
challenges, let's take that cushion. Let's hit these underneath crossing routes, especially over the middle.
Darius
Second,
Jones is
yeah.
the next quarterback
Second and
who's
two.
still learning the
Yeah.
position.
Yeah.
This is what you call learning on the fly against Mechie and Williams in this Alabama offense. First down carry for Robinson.
You're talking about 29, and again, he's got upside. He's got great potential and a great future. He's a young player, but he played quarterback in high school, so he gets good reps in practice. But it's very different. 6'2", 170 out here against these Alabama receivers, Mechie and Jamison Williams.
This LSU defense has been flattened by some running games this year, has held up well so far against Robinson. 5 carries for just 7 yards for the featured tailback. Fumbled snap, and Young has to fall on it.
boy.
Working with Owens at center.
Jesus.
Not only that, a lot of times they're at shotgun, right? So you're working in now under center. You're working with the new center. Owens has moved in, 79. The rhythm for people at home, the rhythm and even the feel when you get under center from one center to the next is different. So when you're in practice, you do CQ, center quarterback exchange, early before practice. You try to work with both centers that might eventually play in the game, but still it feels different. Now they're back in the gun.
The action throw, again, a huge cushion. Williams makes the catch. It is knocked down at the 39 by Jones.
Yeah, that's what Durante Jones is doing. He's pressuring, he's blitzing backers, but he's not walking up and necessarily challenging the way LSU traditionally would do. LSU is decades of history of outstanding corner play and defensive back play where they're going to challenge your manhood. They're going to step right into your grill and play press man. They just don't have the corners to be able to do that. So they're coming up with a different way, try to catch, keep everything in front, but still
All right,
pressure by
third and the
blitzing those
same
backers.
too.
Slade Bolden, the receiver, in a direct snap position, and he keeps it. LSU
Oh,
is ready for the wrinkle.
my
Damone Clark
goodness.
throws him down. Another big
Oh, boy.
short.
Damone Clark anticipating this. He sees 18 right away. And by seeing that,
Jesus.
he now knows he's got to be able to take care of Robinson there, get off of Robinson, and make the play.
We have 0 points.
Time play by 18.
What the fuck is going on?
But Saban's offense still on the field. Now it's 4th down and 2. 3 receivers stacked to the left.
Y'all better get it. Shit.
Mechie comes in motion.
He motions him. The corner ran with him. Now he knows he has man-to-man. Now he has a matchup that he wants to exploit.
Look, his pressure off the right. It comes, and the ball is out, but it's incomplete. He knew where the pressure was coming from.
Fuck
But
y'all.
the throw was inaccurate as he backpedaled, and LSU gets a stop and a turnover on down.
How y'all let LSU do y'all like this and y'all got all these people out?
Sees the matchup.
They got all them people out.
Right here, he's just going to work underneath traffic, try to make it hard.
Now-
Good job of taking the snap. He dumped
Hold
it.
on, hold
Good
on.
job of
Let me
Bakersfield just kind of sliding back.
I
Go
need
blitz,
to
back,
say
he got in the way of the
this.
throw.
I want y'all to hear me, okay? This is why I see when we talked about the playoff rankings and stuff earlier this week that Georgia would beat Alabama. This is why. This is why. They cannot go into a game playing like this against
Ugly,
Georgia because
man.
Georgia would have had 21 points by now. And they had an edge.
Oh boy,
This is not going to work. What is going on?
man.
I don't know why. See, I started out to watch this game
Why not?
Because do you see what's going on? Then I gotta deal with Atlanta tomorrow. Shoot. And fantasy. I didn't need this necessary. This because LSU every year is a problem for us, and then we'll have like this one random team that want to be a thorn in our side, like Texas A&M was this year, and in the past it has been Ole Miss, you know. But it's always that like one team. But this right here, no, this should not be. This should not be. And if they think this going into the SEC championship, if they make it against Georgia, oh boy, it's going to be an embarrassment in Atlanta, Georgia. They going to drag Alabama from the end zone to end zone, literally. I'm not even tuning in for that. Okay, because come on, dude. I don't even know what this is. I ain't heard Will Anderson name not one time tonight. I don't know if he injured, if he in there. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But whatever is going on, it needs to be fixed at ASAP. Ain't no way we need to go in the half with no score. Ain't no way we need to go in the half 14 down, 10 down. No, none of that.
Boy, it's getting ugly.
It's starting to look like that.
It's getting ugly, man.
Real ugly. Oh my goodness. I can't. Oh boy, like we finna come back in.
Crimson Tide, the focus a little fuzzy here.
Don't come out to
fans
kiss
here
TV,
are stunned. They thought they'd be having a party, up a couple scores at this point already. Down
Huh.
by 7.
I did.
LSU, though, a couple of 3 and outs on offense since their 68-yard scoring drive. Davis Price stopped near the line of scrimmage.
Let's go back to that third down play. Give you an idea what they're
Why?
doing to this offensive line. They're
Why are we
putting
going back to
pressure
this?
the outside.
But I'm like this. If with Alabama playing like this, they letting LSU stop them. They better stop LSU to keep that score down so they can, get the score at least tied up.
That's what I'm saying. At least tied up before you go in halftime. But y'all got plenty of time to be in a head.
I think it's affecting his rhythm.
It's great. With 1 sack, but they pressured him 7 or 8 other times.
All right.
Davis Price bursts up the middle and
Wait a
runs over
minute.
the man. Stop the yard short of the marker here. It's a guy that is
Y'all couldn't get 2 yards, but these folks get 9.
20, 25 or more times a game.
Yeah, running hard. Offensive line. What a collision that time by Hines, 57.
Play with tempo and 3rd and 1, and they moved to 6 into
Look at
Alabama
this.
territory.
They're hitting people.
When you
And
look at
Alabama's got to
this.
crank this up. This is not a game where you can just decide, okay, hey, let's get this thing going. You're still playing that uniform. You're still playing a team that doesn't. There's not necessarily a shortage of talent. This season has gone sideways on them. But you talk to any coach in the SEC, there is still talent on this roster, and it has a sense of pride about themselves that they're playing with tonight.
Johnson retreats and throws it away. What'd Saban say? When LSU has played well, they played really, really well.
Yep.
To the floor.
Like they doing
Doesn't happen
really,
often
really
enough
down.
to keep his job under but he's been able to
Fuck
counter
y'all
the
talking
fact
about.
that when his guys do show up and execute, they're very capable.
And Coach Saban's honest. He told everybody.
I am too, unfortunately.
Hey,
And I said what I said about them if they make it to play Georgia.
It's not going to be
Because
easy.
right now,
It's
it don't look good. It don't look too
losing
good
that
for them
game. This
right
week,
now.
talking with us and other media members, guys. I don't care what everybody's talking about. When LSU plays us, they're going to bring their A game.
I was wary of the rat poison, as he calls it this weekend. There was a lot of it.
LSU wanted this upset so bad. Oh, good stop.
Okay, there you go, Will. I just asked about you. There you go.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Pulling these linemen, and all of a sudden,
Just said, where
they
is
start to
Will
get a feel
Anderson?
for it.
There he
Watch
is.
how he just races
Ah,
into the
got
backfield.
in there
His
easy.
responsibility on that play
That's
is complete.
that's what I need to see,
take down
Will.
David
Turn it
Price.
up.
That's exactly what he
Turn
did. Sometimes
it
Chris
up.
did like that. can ignite some fire within a defense
In the tradition
in a
of
stadium.
Anthony
Gotta
Jennings
get him
and
going,
Courtney
man.
Upshaw, Tim Williams, that jack position has been one of the feature positions in the sport. On 3rd and 14, it's a 3-man run. So they get the ball out quickly to Thomas, and he's going to fight hard, but he'll be brought down way short of the marker.
That's
Good. Now y'all need to get this ball back, take this little momentum,
especially
and
the last
score.
2 plays. That play, if Alabama comes back and ends up winning this game, that play by Will Anderson,
If.
ways to lead in college football. You can be
What
a
you mean,
rah-rah
if?
guy, an emotional
Yo,
guy,
gone on.
or you can be a guy that
Gone
leads
on.
by example and the way you play the game. Will Anderson right there could have turned this game around by making that play in the backfield. His defense definitely responded on that next 3rd down.
All right,
Will Anderson, by the way,
let's get
is
some
impressive
going.
when you talk to him. He is on the field.
Bama got to keep stopping them
The foot of
until
goes
not
out of
well,
bounds. Let's see.
so they can get a chance to score. Tied up
Try to
and
get
just
the offense
keep
going from the
that defense
23-yard
on them.
Yep. All right. I'm about to take a.
As a DJ, I know
break.
all about customization. That's why I love Liberty Mutual.
So
They
I'll be
customize
back.
my car.
Yippers.
Take me extended break during halftime. Let you guys catch up on what all happened today in college football. They probably may talk about some NFL. So, also, I heard Henry Ruggs being charged with 2 more charges because of his girlfriend.
It could be.
No, but they said they were charging him with 2 more because his girlfriend was in the car.
It could be.
So
man.
they charged him for the one that died and the injuries and stuff from his girlfriend. Like, damn, it's fucked up. So he's now facing, I think, 4 charges.
Penn State, Michigan State, Louisiana State, where he won a championship.
Ruined his life.
Promised Land. Took his
Ruined
talents to
it.
South Beach.
He got any kids gonna?
He came back to
Yeah, he got
coach
a dog.
Alabama to 6 more national championships. Folks in Baton Rouge, blood boiling.
Greatest to ever do it. College football coach. There's been so
Yes,
many
Pastor
to me, he's the
Nick
greatest.
Saban.
You better get to
Let's
preaching
get
this
it.
halftime.
He just keeps going.
Tuh.
Right now, he's got his
Telling
hands
you.
go, right? 7-0, 8:58 to go in the second quarter.
Better go
He
get to the
does.
pulpit,
They
goddamn it.
not right.
Expects battle
See
from
what's
LSU. I
up.
think he expected his team to show up more focused on offense. This has been extremely atypical. Sidearm throw on first down. Mechie makes the catch, takes the easy
Mechie.
6 or 7 yards.
Good
Damn it.
recognition that time. His eyes were right on the corner. Had the ball in the stomach of the running back and felt that blitz from the boundary corner, immediately aborted and got rid of it.
Now throws it back to this side. Mechie makes the catch.
Yeah.
Tackle to prevent a big game by
That was a good defensive
Manure
stop,
there.
boy,
Missed
because
the
he was
first
on
down.
his way.
Bust up. What?
He was on his
See, never
way.
the grass.
To Bill O'Brien,
Man.
offense that's been slow tonight. You pick up a first down. Sometimes you kind of get your foot on the gas, electing not to and kind of create a little up tempo, try to get LSU more on their heels. At least not yet.
It's Williams in motion, and Roydell Williams.
I swear to God, I thought number 23 when he got handed the ball, I thought he handed it off to somebody
They
else.
want to get vertical. They want to penetrate.
Well, they had me
the
fooled like it
backfield.
was, whatever.
One of the ways you can make them pay for that is having a back.
I was finna
that
say,
has
oh
good
shit,
vision,
Alabama in the
run that
trickery.
outside zone, that's kind of stretch play, and then let
They
them
need to get
out of
this up.
position, and then try to find a crease and get upfield. And
I'm tired of having eight.
Saw Williams do that. A good feel there. Different kind of back when 23's back there compared to the bigger Brian Robinson.
Williams has some quickness, averaging almost 6 yards a carry. Sophomore from here in the state of Alabama. Young pitches far side. Mechie again. He's been active already.
Yes, sir.
6 catches for John Mechie III. Another first down.
Nice job of clearing things out. You could actually, Bryce Young worked from his left, came all the way back to eventually find Mechie.
They won't let Mechie
It's
get
good to
loose.
see him healthy. You know, he's had some back issues. See McLaughlin is back. He's had some back issues, a hip that's been bothering him the last couple of weeks. He's been
He sound like me.
better direction.
I wonder if McLaughlin is healthy. He's been battling injuries coming in, showing a lot of toughness. Holly reported that he was good enough to come back in there. But boy, if your ankle, your foot, if that area of your body isn't right, you need to explode off that to cover these guys. He dropped way back, gave a ton of cushion.
Yeah, they have tonight. They're going to have to do that, especially against Jamison Williams, who's as good of a vertical threat as you see in the sport right now. You're going to have to respect that and back off no matter what side he's on. Right now, he's opposite of Darren Evans. And Evans kind of walking up. You see a corner tonight walk up. Usually, they're going to have some help.
2-by-2 look. Young patiently scans back and
Oh, look at wide. Oh, go! Don't you go! Oh my God! How you took it up?
Inside the 25-yard line.
You took him over your damn self. Shit.
Fake and just worked out to the left flat. Left flat. Nobody picks him up. He'll fake here and then just kind of work his way out to the flat. Watch the backer kind of get involved in the pass rush. Eventually, he gets pressure, but nobody picks up Williams. It sneaks out of the backfield. And a really good job there, Bryce Young. Looks downfield, eventually checks it down to a back who can make a defense pay for it with the yards after the catch.
Closest Tiger was like 20 yards away.
Yeah.
Got the football, 24-yard gain.
Yep, Damone Clark if he could have been able to see that. He ended up waiting, and then he brought pressure, but no eyes at all on Williams out of the backfield.
It's the first real explosive play for this Tide offense tonight as they move into scoring position for the first time. Yardage chains have been repaired. Good to go on that far side.
Matter of time till Bryce Young tries to look for Jamison Williams if he's left one-on-one. Right now he's down at the bottom. He doesn't have a safety yet that's behind to help with Evans.
Young was looking that direction. Williams is covered, now scans all the way to the right and makes a beautiful.
Come on now. Come on, John. You gotta catch that.
Left hash all the way to the right sideline to Mechie. And these corners are eventually going to get tested. If they don't have safeties to help them, I thought it might go to Jamison Williams, and instead it's Mechie who kind of deked McLaughlin that time, and eventually he just said, I'm just kind of taking this play off. Then he goes down the right sideline. He had him beat the progressive
right on them fingertips.
Man, come on. You know what I'm saying? You got to get that.
Twice and off the helmet, but I think Mechie will believe he should have caught that one. Robinson lowers the shoulder. A flag comes out on that run. Looks like it'll be on the Tide.
Of course it is.
Offense number 81.
Of course it is.
3 plays, second down.
It's Latu, the tight end, so he's had a drop and now a holding penalty.
Yeah.
He better do something, get a touchdown or something. Why he doing stupid stuff?
Anytime you get to the edge like that, you wonder, was there a hold? 81. Watch him grab onto 30. Gets a hold of that jersey, pulls him back in away from
Just look at it.
That's ugly.
Penalties already tonight on the Crimson Tide card.
Hell.
Sets them back 2nd and 20 now. Ball at the 34-yard line. Tigers only rush 3. Young scans and delivers.
There we go.
And Williams found a little hole.
There we go.
Zone, and it's a first down.
There we
inside
go.
the 15.
Get them 20 yards.
I think this is the area where Jameson Williams has grown the most as a receiver. At Ohio State, he was a vertical threat, and he still is that. But being able to make plays intermediately and then being able to catch and then run after the catch takes him to another level.
Quick pitch far side. Mechie tries to make a couple guys miss. He does get the edge. So Williams there just kind of sensing the space, kind of just improv the route there.
Yeah. He just kind of sat in the soft spot. He read the defense, but what I love is he makes the catch. Remember, protect the football. He has a tendency to get that ball away from his body, but he protects the ball, and then his legs are so alive and dangerous after he makes a catch. See, he used to just want to go by people.
Because the team in receiving yards, they couldn't find a spot for him in Columbus. I know that a lot of good receivers.
Yeah, they do. They do. He was frustrated and decided to look elsewhere. And thank goodness Alabama got him for the Tide's sake.
Big time free
push.
Move.
Push.
Robinson just powerful as they shoved the pile right down near the marker at the 4-yard line.
An assist from Evan Neal, one of the biggest offensive linemen in the country at 6'7",
one of the best too.
Yeah, one of the best, 6'7", 350, just pushing his way. Love when linemen near a quarterback or running back, there's nothing better in short yardage situations when the big linemen are just pointing to the sideline. Let's go. That means he's starting to feel good in the trenches.
Comes from Okeechobee, surefire Sunday lineman, the left tackle for the Tide.
Overloaded to the right.
What they finna do?
Touchdown, better be.
Robinson.
Well, you got it first.
Damone Clark
Yeah,
with
you got
those
it
strong
first.
arms knocked him down,
First and goal.
but they're at the 2, 1st and goal.
Yeah, the way LSU plays, Clark's going to make a lot of plays. Everybody occupies the offensive line and frees them up. You can see good, hard running, though, by Brian Robinson.
Clark leads the nation in tackles per game at more than 12, and he leads this defense by 46 tackles
now.
over the next guy.
So chances are 18 might make a few tackles.
At 20 against Ole Miss, they lost the game, didn't play well as a defense, but it shows you heart. You're out there, 20 tackles.
Yeah.
Play clock is winding down.
Uh-oh.
Big
2,
jumbo package for the
1,
Tide.
okay.
They snap it at 1. Robinson makes a
touchdown.
just bulldozes ahead, and the
There you
Tide
go.
finally on the scoreboard.
Finally.
2:52 before halftime.
Man, no, right? Finally tied it up.
Left side of the offensive line. Watch how they push here. We just talked about Evan Neal, 73. Could you run behind that, Chris? Look at 73. This is called moving a player. And then Brian Robinson lowers his shoulder and gets it into the end zone.
Methodical.
Yes.
Took more than 6 minutes. They were 77 yards in 12 plays. Shoot up a lot of the second quarter
this thing.
to tie this game. Didn't expect the Tide to take almost 28 minutes to get on the board. We are dead even here in Tuscaloosa.
I didn't
either. Powers in the cap off an impressive drive.
What if smartphones were more than just smart? The
All right.
all-new Google Pixel 6, with our most advanced and inclusive smartphone camera yet. It truly
back.
sees you, not a blurry face. It makes motion silky smooth. And for things you don't want to see, it removes them instantly with Magic Eraser. Pixel 6 is the highest rated phone for security and has 24-hour adaptive battery that sends power precisely where you need it. Live Translate speaks your language and hers, however you
I
speak
like
it.
that phone.
Pixel 6 even adapts to match your style. It's the phone that understands we're all different. Google Pixel 6. For all you are.
fries with that.
Introducing Wendy's new hot and crispy fries. Preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's.
What?
Try them today. Only at Wendy's.
No paro de acelerar. ¿Quién me va a frenar? ¿Quién me va a frenar? Se acelera. Y se acelera donde me para. El viento pega. Se acelera, no me para. El viento pega en mi cara. Estoy brillando con mi drip drip. Una luz que no se apaga.
The Marvel Cinematic Event has arrived, and it's only in theaters. Wait till you see this. Eternals, rated PG-13, now playing.
Are you ready for Monday night?
You can beat us in the club. They have the LED programmable lights during the breaks here. Good view from the blimp. Goodyear providing aerial coverage. Anything can happen as long as you have the drive. Goodyear, more driven. Coming up at halftime, you can hear the performance of the $1 Million Band on the SEC Network Plus, streaming on the ESPN app. Well, the Tide fans finally a little relief here. I mean, the fact that it's 7-7 near halftime.
This is one of those scores when you're out and about tonight. You hear LSU 7, Alabama 7. You're like, what? What's going on?
Check in on that.
What's going on?
LSU 2:52 to work with before halftime.
Welcome to Allstate, where we have all new lower auto rates. And savings like that make you feel like you won the whole dang thing. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate. Because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
When I look at my ring, I see the moment that he incorporated my dad.
He was there with us because the letter was in my pocket, right next to the ring.
Mr. Cuesta, let me start by saying that you certainly left a mark on this earth. May I marry your daughter? It is more than a ring. It's love.
Introducing the Closer Together collection, inspired by your extraordinary love stories. Jared, love brilliantly.
The Quarter Pound King and the 2 for $6, only at BK.
Competition for this house is fierce.
Relax. You got a team to help you out. Huddle up. You have a home buying edge. A verified approval from Rocket Mortgage verifies your income, credit, and assets all up front, putting you ahead of a regular pre-approval and letting sellers know you're serious.
Let's do this.
Put it in.
When you need a competitive edge in a crowded market, Rocket can.
That duck is fired up.
If Philly Garcia didn't have the fighting spirit to drive his ambition, he never would have left home for LA with only his car to sleep in. If he listened to those who rejected him, he never would have sold that car to pay for his dream. And if he lacked the will to improve his craft, he never would have made a name for himself, lining up some of the biggest names in pro sports. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Today, let's paint with New Bear Dynasty so that you can be proud of your walls.
Go ahead. Pour your wine on. What? It's also scuff resistant.
Introducing
Well, I
Bear
gotta
Dynasty.
cuss this
the
girl
best
out
of
every
Bear,
other day.
Exclusively at the Home Depot.
Romulus, your city will be finished in just one day.
Finished? My Colosseum! They'll never finish it today!
Unfortunately, we ran out of Red Bull.
Huh. So that's why Rome wasn't built in a day.
Fairlife brings more to your holiday
I hate
traditions.
that ugly
It's
school.
ultra-filtered milk with 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a creamy taste. This season, turn delicious into delicious. Fairlife ultra-filtered milk.
Taco Bell Live My Student Section contest going on. Hashtag student section sauce. The attention of the committee. ESPN.com/Taco Bell to see how your school can compete. So LSU, Kirk, they'll get the football to begin the third quarter. Wouldn't figure to be too adventurous here. Aside from that one drive, they've not done much on offense.
It's one of those possessions where you want to be smart. You're very content with 7-7. You get the ball to start the second half. It wouldn't bother you at all to get a first down and work a little clock here. Don't give the ball back to Bryce Young.
On the end around, they get the ball to Brian Thomas, and the freshman who had his first career touchdown reception earlier picks up 5.
The longer this game goes on and stays close, obviously, the better it helps Ed Orgeron get his team to believe it can happen. They are a fragile team after the way this season has gone on. And when you're Alabama, it's like you're Mike Tyson, right? You're just looking for that uppercut. You're looking for something to kind of get them wobbly, and that's not happened. So LSU wants to just keep their aggressive nature, but they don't want to lose the game here at the end of the first half.
Yeah, you're right. They avoided the first round knockout. It's like they're getting to the middle rounds here, and they're even on the scorecard. And they would definitely have taken that at the beginning.
Put 2 packs on.
Davis Price knocked down after a short game. Back to Matt Berry.
All right, guys, Mercedes EQ halftime report. Cincinnati gets a win, but is it another but will explain, plus the top 10, all kinds of mess around there. And an SEC West battle. Who can maybe step up with Alabama for the crown? Jesse Palmer, Joey Galloway join me coming up next.
Nobody gave the Aggies a chance in Kyle Field. Poor old Texas A&M somehow found a way to
Hey, your card.
Defying all the Saturday morning pundits. 3rd and 4.
Look out for Jack Besh here, 80. He's very good, very effective in these situations. You got to get the ball out fast.
Johnson scanning and delivers into traffic. Karam is picked off. It bounced in the air, and Justin Arbor Davis.
Oh, that's right. See, this what y'all should have been doing.
Just now seeing that.
This what y'all, I'm looking down at my phone. That's what y'all should have been doing.
Davis to come up with the interception, but wait.
Don't shake your head. I love it. I love it.
It's incredible. He's right here. He's going to track this from the right side all the way over to the left. Now watch his
he tracked the hell
back
out
to
of
the
that.
quarterback, left hand on the ball, knocks it right there, and outstanding reaction by 5.
Boy, dude's in the right place at the right time.
Hello,
number 5.
Christian Harris made that
He
play.
was right there at the right
Who
time.
played youth football against Davis Price and Damone Clark way back when. They had some talent in that town.
Oh, yeah. Just as we said, you don't want to lose the game at the end of the first half. Let's see if Bryce Young, see what he can do with his football.
Looking to throw on the slant. Williams tackled at the 25, a quick first down.
It's an RPO. He's feeling these linebackers flow. He's just feeling that. Once he sees that, pulls the ball out, makes a quick throw.
LSU defense scrambling, not lined up. Young launching for the 10-yard line. Ball was tipped. The flag comes out.
Did you see that?
In the area, did he make the catch?
Flag.
The ball hit the ground, but it is a penalty.
Yeah, they've got a penalty right close to where it looked like the catch was being made.
Did he hold on to this? Circus catches just
Boom. 18 missed it. 1 ended up catching it.
Caught the football here, yeah. Let's see.
He did.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a catch.
I don't think that was supposed to look like that. Bolden right in the area got a hand on it.
Completed catch. Holding on the defense, number 2. A penalty is declined.
First down.
Funky play, but a tremendous catch with a long
Nice.
Williams. He did keep that off the grass.
Yeah, McLaughlin actually held early.
We need
on
a
the
touchdown right here.
It's pretty easy to
Going
see.
to the half.
James Williams pulls away right here, grabs a hold of him. I don't know if he actually got a hold of anything. He got a hold of the back of his helmet. Doesn't matter.
Look how he like.
The penalty doesn't matter. It's a good catch.
And this sudden change defense for LSU is reeling right now. 2 plays, and Alabama's got a 1st and goal.
Yes. Now we need a first and a touchdown.
Coach O did not want to happen at the end of this half. They played so well.
Yeah, it's time for that to go away.
Young Section breaks down. He threw it into traffic, and it's off the hands of Latu, who was well defended by the safety.
Latu should have caught it. The way he been messing us up all game.
Has a bright future's 92. Farrell is down.
Talked about the injuries to the secondary, but got Ali Gay, Andre Anthony's also injured. Now Farrell down.
That Jay Ward is a former corner who's playing safety, so he has corner instincts and an ability to kind of recognize the throw. See him ISO'd here. He kind of drops off. He's got the tight end. Remember, this is a former corner that's playing, man to man out there on a tight end.
It's like a hole they got away with when Alabama was Farrell, who's the man down, got grabbed.
Sure did.
Got near Young in a hurry. You could say you want to be cautious. They wanted to trust the quarterback with that throw into traffic. It was a great play to break up the ball by Harris. And set up the interception, but still, I think they'd like to have that decision back at this point.
It's tricky there because you don't want to be too conservative, right? But it's 3rd and 4 on that play. Came in here with an aggressive mindset, going all the way back to that fake punt on one of their first possessions, which led to their touchdown.
See what the Tide do on 2nd and goal here. It's been Mechie and Williams who've been the two-headed monster. They've caught 14 of the 16 completions by Young so far. 3 receivers stacked in a tight formation. Young looks to the right, fires to the end zone, and it was Mechie well covered that time by McLaughlin. 3rd and goal.
Again, there's a miscommunication there. When you have an option to go to the fade to the back corner or go to the back shoulder fade, you can see the confusion. I think the quarterback Bryce Young thought, "Hey, let's go past him. You got him stacked. I'm going to go downfield," and Mechie wanted to come back.
Robinson, single coverage in the far right of the formation. Now he'll motion back in. Big play here on 3rd and goal. Final minute of the half. Tide all looking to the sideline for a signal. Play clock at 5. Got to hurry. Here comes the pressure. Young rolls away from it.
Touchdown!
Strike to Mechie.
John Mechie.
And the Tide take the lead.
Finally got the lead.
There you go.
Finally.
On the roll.
Settled into this game.
Boy.
And John Mechie's been his
Boy, y'all been stressing me the whole first half.
Play by Harris sets up the pick, and the Tide with the short field take it to 39 yards in 5 plays. A deflating way to end the half for the 4 touchdown underdogs from Baton Rouge.
Yeah. So you got Mechie matched up one-on-one with McLaughlin here. He's going to work across the field. The cushion doesn't help at all. Gives him a chance to separate all the way across the field. Look at Bryce Young, again, handles that snap from the new center well. Then he's just baiting that defense towards him, and then there's the separation and the accuracy on the run from Bryce Young. Goes back to that decision on 3rd and 4. Took a chance. Accurate throw, but Christian Harris in great coverage makes a play on the ball. And Armour Davis comes up with
Those
that
big
interception.
checks, I'm on this sideline, man. I'm telling you.
Off Bolden's hands. Williams makes the catch to set up the touchdown. And Young now with 27 touchdown passes on the season. Just the 3 picks. Not what we expected. Alabama's going to go to the locker room apparently with a 7-point lead. LSU has been held to just 80 total yards. 58 yards of offense on that one drive that featured, of course, the pass on the fake punt. Other than that, they've done almost nothing. In fact, Atkins, the punter, has more passing yards.
The floor swept in the table, done, and the counters cleaned off. Oh, okay.
See how slow they started with the missed field goal.
I was just asking.
Didn't convert on that 4th down. And then the big drive, the 12 plays, 77 yards. When we talked about Will Anderson, that play that he made, potentially sparking the Alabama team. It'd be fun to go back and look from that play what has happened for the LSU offense and what has happened for the Alabama offense.
I bet you they don't get too adventurous here. Johnson is
sacked.
hammered. And that's that man, Anderson.
About
Hit him in
time.
the face. Johnson's head spinning right now.
Well, that's the guy you turn to. He's elite. He's one of the best in the country. Thibodeau does get a lot of attention in Oregon, but Will Anderson is as good as you're going to find. Coming into tonight, had 9 sacks on the year, 17 tackles for a loss. Nice stunt. They lose him in the middle of that offensive line, and he gets free.
Georgia recruits really well, but it's hard to believe this dude grew up in Hampton, Georgia, and wasn't offered by the Bulldogs until very late. Alabama offered him. Then the Dogs came calling. Said, no, Mom wasn't having it. Alabama believed in her son early, and that's why he came to Tuscaloosa. He is a little bit inspired every game, but for that SEC championship game in Georgia, Will can't wait.
He'll be ready.
So the Tide, a late touchdown to take the lead.
Halftime, and we will be taking a quick. Well, I'll be taking a quick
Time
intermission.
for the Mercedes EQ
Okay.
halftime report. To Matt Berry in studio. Tied up 14-7 at the break here in Tuscaloosa.
Chris Fowler, thank you. Mercedes EQ halftime report. It's been one of those days around college football. Let's start with Michigan State and Purdue. Aiden O'Connell had a day. Put this in the Louvre. End around and big men blocking.
Little trickeration by Jeff Brom. Nice job. He got the convoy up front with the offensive line. And Michigan State, they missed a field goal in the first half. Kenneth Walker fumbled on the first series. They were losing momentum early.
Third quarter, Michigan State now down 7. Peyton Thorne takes it upon himself, 32 yards.
Michigan State offense is built about running the football. Peyton Thorne, athletic enough at quarterback to get in the end zone.
Ties it at 21 apiece, but every time Michigan State answered, so too did Purdue. King DeRue touchdown.
Their starting running back, Xander Horvath, go down early this season with an injury, so a lot of backups have had to make plays.
Kind of the last opportunity for Michigan State. It gets picked off, and Purdue beats Michigan State 40-29. What a scene it was today. Boilermakers take down another top 5 opponent, really the Spoilermakers, if you will. 2 wins of that kind this season. First time since 1960 where they have multiple wins in a season against top 5 opponents. We were kidding around, but if you look at Purdue's resume, find me something more impressed with the Boilermakers.
And get Ohio State next week.
Ohio State.
It's a lot of fun.
If they get Ohio State, let them in. Cincinnati's been an argument. At this point, it's Georgia and everybody else. Cincinnati, early on, they had game day today, all the momentum. Michael Young for the touchdown, 28-12. Cincinnati looked like a blowout.
Yeah, and Cincinnati got off to a 14-0 start, but then they went at halftime 14-12. They got to get the momentum back.
Here comes Tulsa. Davis Brenda won Carlos Santana.
They had TD drives at 10 plays and 12 plays early. You never see that happen against the Cincinnati defense.
2-point conversion, 1-score game. Cincinnati trying to salt the clock. Desmond Ridder fumbles the snap. Tulsa recovers, has a perfect opportunity to pull off the upset. 3rd and goal. Bryn keeps it himself.
Touchdown. Let the celebration.
No.
You have to get in the end zone.
Got to know the situation.
No. 4th and goal. Here we go. Steven Anderson. Stretch.
We thought he scored initially. The refs would rule this a fumble. Cincinnati would recover. They would review it. If Cincinnati makes it into the college football playoff, that goal line stand will be something we're talking about.
It is a big if at this point. Jesse Palmer, Joey Galloway, Matt Berry, the band is back together again. Welcome into the Mercedes EQ halftime report. I caution you every time we see one of these Saturdays. There's not a bunch of ranked on ranked matches. Weird stuff happens. A little bit of a weird thing going on in Tuscaloosa right now, kind of a sleepwalk, 14-7 first half. What have you seen out of the Tide?
We've seen this out of Alabama at times during the season. Off to a slow start, a sloppy start against Tennessee, making mistakes. And that's the thing that when they get beat, it's because they're making mistakes on the defensive side. Now, they turn around at the end, score 2 touchdowns right there at the half. So now they look like the Alabama team we expect.
I like the fact that LSU's being aggressive. We saw the fake punt. They're blitzing. They're selling out. They're trying. And listen, that injury at center to Alabama, that's hurt their rhythm in pass protection and running the football. In the second half, Bama's got to get Brian Robinson Jr. going. He's averaging 2 yards a carry right now. They're throwing virtually on every play. You got to get that running game established.
I said it's one of those weird Saturdays. Oregon is in a fight with Washington out on the West Coast. We'll update you on that one. And it wasn't a conference game, North Carolina and Wake Forest, but it may have been the most exciting game of the day. That and more coming up.
This halftime report is presented by Mercedes EQ.
New brisket at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced, sauced, bold, and guac. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
Remember when no dream was too big? And you could fearlessly face the unknown. You still can. When you have a rock you can depend on for life, you'll be unstoppable. Like the millions of people who rely on Prudential for financial planning and investing. Who's your rock?
With clean, fresh ingredients, Panera's new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread is a mouth-watering explosion of yes. Craft? Yes. Heartiness? Yes. Living life to the flavor fullest? Heck yes. Panera. Live your yes. Now $1 delivery.
We picture the student athlete for the hit, the catch, the run. But it's time we picture them for more. The flag bearer, the flag changer, the poet, the big dreams, the huge heart, and the team comedian. More than students, more than athletes.
Kennedy hosts a game of fill-ins and villains.
You pronounce it.
It's weekdays at 4:30 on Buzzer.
That's a whole game look like.
I require seasoned adventurers.
Come on, think you like this?
He needs your help.
I got your back.
It has begun. This is real?
We work on an alternative revenue stream.
You're watching the Mercedes EQ Halftime Report.
We are Matt, Jesse, and Joey out west. Oregon and Washington. Committee says Oregon's 4 right now. Anthony Brown picked up by Carson Bruner.
Anthony Brown is 3 of 10 so far for 17 yards and this interception. Not a good start.
Number 4. The 4th.
Right now.
All right. Sean McGrew then punches it in.
5'7", 180 pounds. Good, tough running down by the goal line. First window not there. Try again. They've also registered a safety. Washington up 9-3.
Jimmy Lake's got him ready to play against Oregon, Wake Forest, North Carolina. Not an ACC game, but a fun one. Ty Chandler cuts the lead to 7.
And it felt like Wake Forest was going to run away with this game in the fourth quarter, being up 14 points.
So off a Sam Hartman interception, it's Chandler again, ties it.
The Ty Chandler show, the Tennessee transfer, 213 rushing yards, 4 TDs.
Guys, this looked all Wake Forest in the second half. Here, 4th and 10. Sam Hartman's pass batted down.
Interference, right?
Well, we thought. And then nothing. Max
Wake thought his interference. Apparently, the officials did not.
Look what Ty Chandler does next.
So good in this offense, catching the football, running it between the tackles as well. UNC, you're going to see him up close and personal.
We got UNC, against Pitt on Thursday Night Football. That's going to be a big one in the ACC. Speaking of Pitt, they got Duke 54-29. Kenny Pickett continues to just sling the pill. And NC State, they get a 28-14 win over Florida State. That ACC is going to be fun to watch down the stretch.
No two dreams are the same. But there is one van equipped to handle them all. For over 120 years, Mercedes-Benz vans have been built, upfitted,
and ready to go. Because we believe dreams should never stay that way.
Coach Prime, I think you got what it takes to wear the Aflac at style, charisma, and a smile. There's 21 out of 10. You know Aflac can help keep unexpected healthcare costs from ruining someone's finances. Check out this coverage.
You still got it, Coach. You still got it.
I never lost it.
Yeah. You see that coverage? With that wingspan, I see why you got more rings than a cell phone.
There's always room for one more.
Yeah.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Aflac is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
People everywhere living with type 2 diabetes are waking up to what's possible with Rybelsus. Rybelsus is a pill that lowers blood sugar in 3 ways. Increases insulin when you need it, decreases sugar, and slows food. The majority of people taking Rybelsus lowered their blood sugar and reached an A1C of less than 7. Rybelsus isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Rybelsus if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if allergic to it. Stop Rybelsus and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Rybelsus with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Wake up to what's possible with Rybelsus. You may pay as little as $10 per prescription. Ask your healthcare provider about Rybelsus today.
Morning already? Taco Bell's toasted breakfast burritos will get you out of bed. With fluffy eggs, crispy bacon, and a melted 3-cheese blend, all toasted to morning perfection. You're not dreaming. They're real. Only at Taco Bell.
What you do every day matters. At Alabama, it's our process that yields legendary results. This is where ideas forge innovation, dreams unleash opportunities, and contenders become champions. How far do you want to go? The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Pat Jesse Joey back with you. 11 a.m. kickoff in Nebraska. So Ohio State sleptwalked their way to a 10-0 lead. CJ Stroud to Chris Olave.
Stroud got off to a slow start in this game through an interception, but they're up by 7. Can they keep it going?
Yeah, he looked good in spots here. Jackson Smith and Jigba takes it 75
No
yards.
Garrett Wilson in this game, so Smith and Jigba got a lot more looks. 15 catches, 240 yards in that tutty.
An official helmet sticker nominee for college football final tonight, but Nebraska wouldn't go away. Adrian Martinez to Samori Toure.
And Adrian Martinez is a top 3 passer in the Big Ten. You don't get pressure on him. That back end for Ohio State has been trouble.
Look, I know it's been a tough go for Scott Frost, but Nebraska always fights you to the very end. Martinez trying to do something to lead his team back, and he's picked off.
Yeah, big play here by Steele Chambers at linebacker, getting the turnover. This defense, they have been playing a lot more sound since that loss against Oregon. Now they got Purdue next. Watch out.
27 consecutive wins against a Big Ten opponent for the Buckeyes. Indiana and Michigan, Hassan Haskins over the top.
Michigan rebounded from a tough loss to Michigan State, but they're up early.
Yeah, 10-7. Indiana just punched it in from 1 yard out. TCU and Baylor was absolutely wild. Baylor trying to come back late. Shadrack Banks picks it off. TCU gets the win the week they fire Gary Patterson, but rather than Gary Patterson steps aside, we'll put it that way, TCU gets the win. Maybe a team sticker nominee on the college football final. And how about Oklahoma State? That's a really good defense.
Yeah, it is. And Spencer Sanders, the last 3 games now, doing an outstanding job throwing the ball.
More coming up in the Mercedes EQ halftime report.
Ebenezer. Ebenezer.
Willie?
First, you will see the past.
Excuse me, coming through.
Oh. And then the present.
we find the Ebenezer? The future.
Introducing the all-electric EQS. Happy holidays from Mercedes-Benz.
What if smartphones were more than just smart? The all-new Google Pixel 6, with our most advanced and inclusive smartphone camera yet. It truly sees you, not a blurry face. It makes motion silky smooth. And for things you don't want to see, it removes them instantly with Magic Eraser. Pixel 6 is the highest rated phone for security and has 24-hour adaptive battery that sends power precisely where you need it. Live Translate speaks your language and hers, however you speak it. Pixel 6 even adapts to match your style. It's the phone that understands we're all different. Google Pixel 6. For all you are.
Today, let's paint with New Bear Dynasty so that you can be proud of your walls.
Go ahead. Throw your wine on it. What? It's also scuff resistant. Paying for that.
Introducing Bear Dynasty, the best of Bear, exclusively at the Home Depot.
Slices and sticks. Half pepperoni pizza?
Half Italian cheese sticks.
This is more about the pizza.
No, it's more about the cheese sticks.
Pizza!
Sticks!
Walk in and walk out at Little Caesars with hot and ready slices and sticks from 4 to 8 p.m. Pizza, pizza.
Sticks!
As humankind faces its most critical challenges yet, the world demands leaders, and LSU is taking up the charge. The research we do here goes everywhere to protect communities threatened by climate change, so you can live your life with fewer worries about tomorrow. We're formulating a better way for everyone, because at LSU, our calling is humanity.
This halftime report is presented by Mercedes EQ.
UFC, ESPN Plus tonight. Jesse, what do we have?
Justin Gaethje here. You see him. You do not want to stand in the pocket with him. Michael Chandler's got to be careful. But it's Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington. That is the main event. Colby Covington got his jaw broken by Usman. The last time these two fought, we got a big-time card tonight.
Guys, he doesn't just hand out roses and cupcakes. He knows UFC.
Well-rounded.
Thank you. Auburn, Texas A&M. Early on, Bo Nix. Sacked, stripped. Michael Clemens, the big fella, scoop and score.
This was a defensive struggle early in this game, and A&M gets in the end zone on defense.
20-3, the final. Texas A&M not out of the conversation in the SEC West. Time now for your road to the championship, brought to you by Mercedes EQ. Georgia has now held every opponent under 14 points this year.
The defense always dominant, but what was impressive today, Stetson Bennett and the deep ball accuracy. That's something that's been a bit of a problem for him within this offense. Very, very accurate right now, this team hitting on all cylinders.
43-6. The final, guys, hypothetical question. Just throwing a random number out here. Does LSU keep it within 28?
No. Nope.
Again, just a random number. Alabama, 14-7 at the half. Back to Tuscaloosa after this.
Dude, this thing is awesome. I know. I bought it using the Cash Rewards card from Navy Federal Credit Union. I get cash back on every purchase. Honestly, I can't imagine where I'd be without them. One word. Got it. Reeling in fish. No. Eating fish. Fish in the sea? Movie.
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50.
What are you in for? Cholesterol check.
Cool. Make sure your health lives as long as you do. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
We only picture the hurdle, the bomb, the breakaway, but our student athletes are so much more. A strong voice, a strong father, a shining example, the hometown's pride, and still someone's really big kid. More than students, more than athletes.
Visit the strange, the bizarre, and the unexpected on Would You Believe It? Would You Believe It?
You're watching Done.
All right.
This
Oh,
is
we're gonna get back into it.
Sports betting
Third
network.
quarter coming up.
Our unique
Five.
approach helps you learn how to become a better handicapper. We go beyond picks and predictions to discuss the numbers and analysis that matter to sports bettors.
What if the news lets you see?
Also,
hear,
this is fair
and think
use.
for yourself?
We are at the absolute dawn of this, of seeing where this goes.
Introducing a new point of view. Yours. Newsy. Watch free 24/7.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Harvester of Sorrow by Metallica, cranking at concert level here, Kirk. Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Subway. This presentation of the SEC on ESPN. Not the old-time Crimson Tide games. I tell you what, this is not what we expected tonight. Alabama begins the second half up by 7, but LSU fighting one moment of inspiration in the first half, that fake punt that launched their drive.
We talked at the beginning of this game, LSU, a big underdog. What could they do? Throw caution to the wind, take some chances, which they did early, built the lead, and then, it felt like Alabama was able to regain the momentum. We'll see how this second half starts.
Yeah, the late interception cashed in for the touchdown, and now LSU will have to fight from behind, try to get this offense going. Max Johnson trotting out. He was just 3 of 7 for 22 yards. PlayStation beginning the halftime stats here.
I mean, you can see the rushing for both teams. Look at the total yards. I mean, it's been dominant, especially the last couple of drives by Alabama. You see the turnover that they were able to force at the end of the half, and Bryce Young and company able to turn that into their touchdown.
Davis Price has to earn 38 yards the hard way and 11 carries. They test the middle here, and it is thoroughly clogged up. Will Anderson joined there on the hit by Mathis.
A nice play by Mathis in the middle. Just really solid, physical. Watching the trenches right in here. Watch the push that they get. Just kind of when it's called two gap, that's what this defense does. Those defensive linemen, they're just pushing. A lot of strength you're pushing on both sides of those offensive linemen, trying to leverage yourself towards the ball, and that time Mathis did that.
Mathis is high energy, man. He brings a lot of emotion. Another Louisiana native from this Alabama defense. Another run. It's Davis Price trying to break free. Almost lost the ball to Oto. Grabbed him. It's 3rd and long.
Yeah, I thought that ball almost came out. He was fortunate to. I think he bobbled it, and he was able to bring it back in.
They got a 3rd and long, Kirk.
They're down.
Quarterback has struggled lately.
Somebody's got to win one-on-one. Jake Peets is trying to create opportunities where Max Johnson can get some one-on-one chances.
Davis Price motioned out. Harris went with him. Now he's back in the backfield. Tide, only one defender with a hand on the ground. Here comes the pressure. It's actually picked up, and the ball gets out, and a completion.
Oh, my God.
Come
on.
Handled it well, that LSU front.
Yeah, they bring pressure right here, but watch them pick this up. Max Johnson, to his credit, eyes downfield. We talked about, can you get separation? Good patience in the backfield. Good job of waiting, and then Jenkins comes back to the ball, away from Armour Davis. Good timing, good rhythm there for the first down.
He pulled the receiver down on top of him, and Armour Davis is being looked at by the athletic trainers. Holly, what do you have?
Well, guys, I was able to catch up with Ed Orgeron, and I said, hey, do you have any more trick plays? I know you want to throw the kitchen sink. He said, we used them all up. That fake punt was all we have. I don't know if I believe him. He said, we do have to move the ball better. We're not doing a good job of that. He does like their defensive energy. He said, I think we've thrown some blitzes that they haven't seen yet this year. We're going to keep blitzing them every chance we get.
Yeah, Holly, that's worked out well, actually, the defensive package. And you do have to give credit there. Durante Jones, who came from the Vikings, he's been an NFL secondary coach, hired by Orgeron to replace Bo Pelini, and a good job so far tonight.
Oh, yeah, they are doing a good job of mixing it up. Good to see Armour Davis up and walking off of the field in his own power. Actually, looks like Josh Jobe is out of the field. We didn't expect to see him play.
Now, he didn't practice much, didn't practice at all on Thursday, and they said they'd be in an emergency use, and I guess they define this as an emergency with Armour Davis off the field for the moment.
There he is, starter, but not expected to play. But as you say, with an emergency, he's back in the lineup.
And Davis Price has some room,
Look at
makes
this.
a cut,
Look.
loses the football on the ground.
Alabama better have it.
And the Crimson Tide come up with it.
Yes.
So that time, Davis
Yes.
Price did not hold on to the ball.
Here for this.
And Toto ripped it out.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm here for it.
A huge gain. I mean, what patience by Ty Davis Price to let that hole open up, but give Henry Toto credit for ripping it out of there. And then after that, the ball was free for a while. There were a couple LSU players that had a chance to get on top of it.
Oh, that's a good one for Bama right there.
Like Mathis came up with
Mathis eventually. Look at the lineman. I mean, he got a chance. Shanahan, who's a center, is used to handling a ball, but his momentum took him by the ball, and eventually the big fellow 48, Mathis, comes up with it.
the difference between Shanahan.
So it
and
looked like Auburn lost today.
The Alabama 42 with the first down.
1-3.
Giving Bryce Young the football up 7 here. This LSU defense
Shame.
was strong at the start, got a couple of key third down stops, but vulnerable late in the half. Now has to try to keep this a 7-point game. Young on a slant, threw it into traffic, tried to find Williams. That was an excellent play by Dwight McLaughlin coming back.
McLaughlin does an incredible job of jumping this route, expecting it. Watch him, sees the slant, reads it, and then ends up beating Williams to the spot with the ball. That's just, it gave him a cushion, but because he saw slant, now you want to go back maybe to a slant and go, a sluggo if you're Jamison Williams, because he really jumped that route.
They need to put on right here.
Launches downfield. There's Williams.
Wide open.
Touchdown! Yes! That was awesome. That was wonderful. Shameless son.
From 58 yards out.
Spoken into
You knew it was coming.
Yeah, you really could. They were jumping the underneath routes. So what do? You go by them. Put him in the slot to get the matchup against Cam Lewis, who's a safety playing nickel with Flott out of the
You
lineup.
think Nick Saban reached out to Henry
Doesn't get a
Ruggs?
hand on him, doesn't slow him down
Yeah,
or reroute
I
him.
think
Look at
he
this.
did.
You're letting one of the best vertical threats just run by a safety in one-on-one coverage. Got to be a bust there. Cam Lewis can't be left alone like that against Jamison Williams.
That's his
Did he
10th
miss that?
catch of 20-plus yards.
Oh,
Got a
he
couple
missed
of
it.
kickoff returns for a touchdown. He has made an
Boy.
enormous impact.
I'm about tired of him, boy.
Onto the field here in Tuscaloosa, and suddenly
He's like Alabama of those, huh?
20-7 game, missed the PAT.
Man, ooh, boy.
I'm here to present the facts. Thousands of people and small businesses are trapped paying too much for wireless and still paying off their phone. But when you switch to T-Mobile, they will pay off your phone so you can keep your current number and your phone.
Objection. What if you bought your phone at AT&T or Verizon?
T-Mobile will pay it all.
Switch to T-Mobile. We'll pay off your phone now up to $1,000. Do you rest?
I do. But T-Mobile never rests.
I just got my cashback match. Is this for real? Yep. We match all the cashback new card members earn at the end of their first year automatically.
Woo, I got my money.
It's hard to contain yourself, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Let it go. Woo.
Get a $1 for $1 match at the end of your first year, only from Discover.
Yes, sir.
The hottie sauce is here. Get my new hottie sauce at Popeyes today.
This isn't just freight. These aren't just shipments. They're promises. Promises of all shapes and sizes, each with a time and a place they've been promised to be. A promise is everything to Old Dominion because it means everything to you.
And Doug.
Got a couple of bogeys on your 6 Limo. They need customized car insurance from Liberty Mutual, so they only pay for what they need. What do you say we see what this bird can do?
We are not getting you a helicopter.
Looks like we're walking, kid. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
What's strong with me?
What's strong with me?
What's strong with me? What's strong with me?
What's strong with me?
With me.
With me!
What's strong with me?
What's strong with me?
What's strong with me?
Me.
With me.
Today, let's paint with New Bear Dynasty so that you can be proud of your walls.
Go ahead, throw your wine on it. What? It's also scuff resistant. Paying for that.
Introducing Bear Dynasty, the best of Bear, exclusively at the Home Depot.
What a goal! What a tremendous strike!
Toto forces the fumble by Davis Price. Mathis recovers it. And then finally, the deep strike.
There's the good look at Bryce Young. His focus downfield. You just kind of had a feeling with LSU, the way they were playing defense, make them pay for it. Bryce Young gets time and does that very thing. Uh-oh.
Hooch kick here, and it's going to be fielded on a couple of hops at the 20-yard line. And LSU will take over there. Suddenly down by 13 points. Tuesday on ESPN, women's college basketball. South Carolina ranked number 1 on NC State. Kansas and Michigan State are to the State Farm Champions Classic. The rankings will be revealed. Edition number 2 at 9 o'clock Eastern time. You guys in New York for that?
Heading up to New York for that, yep.
Well, the missed PAT by Reichert's a story. He doesn't miss kicks of any kind, field goals or PATs. Snap on the hold, not well executed there. And now the ball is just snapped, but nobody was ready for it. Johnson was confused. It actually bounced off the chest of the back Kiner.
Unless you making these dumb mistakes.
Hesitated. He kind of brought the snap up and stopped. Watch 56. Before that, he moves.
Look.
He bounced off Johnson's chest.
Delay game. On
Oh,
defense.
I see what he did. I see why he did that. He hiked so because of the time on the clock.
The headset that came off.
Well, the umpire, who's right next to these linebackers, he heard Henry Toto barking out a cadence that affected Shanahan in the snap from LSU, and so it ends up going against Bama.
Wow.
First down and 5. They fake it to Kiner. Johnson wants to throw a slant, but well covered there. Waking up the play was Josh Jobe, who said is the emergency corner, the one-time starter.
Remember we talked about the hit by Will Anderson? What's been the change since then? I said that
Wait a
may have
minute, you
ignited
got-
that Alabama defense and eventually their
Oh, this
offense.
since
Look at this. From that hit, look what LSU's offense has done. It's amazing how one play can spark a team's energy. And I think that play, Will Anderson deserves a lot of credit, not just for the play, but what it did to the stadium and to his defense.
And the offense, too. You're right. 3 straight touchdown drives for Alabama.
Yep. Let's go back to
Look
it.
at it.
It's worth looking at. This guy's making plays all year. He's leading, but this is a quiet stadium until this play right here. They followed it up with a great play. The very next play, they got off the field, and it's just the game has felt different from that point on. So give 31.
See who got activated?
Changing this game, the
McCaffrey.
tone of this game.
Well, yeah, I see McCaffrey start.
I seen
this
them
nigga
talking about
start.
him starting, but they
On 3rd and
actually
4,
this is my first time seeing he
Johnson
actually been
escapes,
activated.
tries to make a play with his legs, is slammed hard and knocked down short of the
Oh
marker
shit!
there. Dallas Turner joining
He got
Toto.
hit.
Dallas Turner, who's going to be a
Oh,
superstar.
baby.
He's a true freshman that's been
baby.
in there and had to play a lot because Drew Sanders has been
You
down.
look at that with no flag
Good
right
job
there,
of
boy.
settling his feet.
Watch
Telling
this.
you.
Quarterback's
Watch.
out there, you're one-on-one. He's
Boom.
not known for his
Boom, look at
mobility,
that.
but he does a good job. And then Henry Toto
Well-
cleaning it up.
Number
Going to go
10.
for it on 4th down here.
Might as well, right?
Yeah, you don't want to give the ball back to Young again if you got
What?
No.
LSU. One of those moments here trying to stay in this fight.
Y'all better get
Need about a
these
yard and a
things.
half.
Blitz in the corner down here at the bottom. Get an extra hat in the box against the run.
Thomas, the receiver, trying to tell him, Matt, and the play clock, you better hurry.
Look, the
They
play
got
clock
to.
is 0.
It shows
They got
0,
to, so that is a flag.
and they
Take
didn't
them
get it
5
off.
yard back more.
Unless they were trying to draw him off.
5.
I don't
Oh,
think
boy,
that's
he
the
mad.
reaction
4 and 6 for y'all.
that would indicate there was trickery there. That was just a miscommunication.
Look at them dancing.
If you
They
just
tried
tuned
they
into
they
this
tried to
football
draw
game,
Alabama off.
You should have seen the first quarter.
Alabama said
the first
no.
quarter or so.
Oh, right.
It is such a
No.
different vibe. Alabama, remember, we read the lips one time of Coach O said they didn't come to play tonight. The stadium didn't come to play tonight. They thought it'd be an easy game. Maybe it'll end up being that way. But the early part of this game, it was not. It's flipped completely from that.
Playing now.
Oh, yeah.
The kicker don't get his life together.
His punt.
Because them kicks may be important, crucial. That's how they're missing these
Darts
kicks.
forward. He is quick. Covers yardage in a hurry. Gets out across the 45. A 17-yard return. A very slow start for the Tide. Remember, they lost their starting center.
Yeah, and because of that, they've had to go to this. The last few routes, last few possessions, it's what we've seen. Getting the ball out of the hands of Bryce Young. Just before the half, they were able to come up with a touchdown. A lot of those answers were, look at the time. I mean, this time now he's got a better job of protecting, tacks downfield, but a lot of the job that Bill O'Brien did to help that young right tackle out, Damian George, is just getting the ball out quicker against the pressure that Durante Jones has dialed up from this LSU defense.
On the end around, there's Williams trying to make a big play in the ground game. Got about 10 times as many pass yards as rush yards. You don't see Alabama, by the way, leading by a couple of scores with now 27 yards rushing. They've not been able to get Ryan Robinson much space against this LSU front.
Keep in mind that offensive line with reshuffling the deck and moving Chris Owens to center and George to right tackle. They're not necessarily dominating the line of scrimmage, so they've had to rely on Bryce Young and the receivers.
Tigers showing a little pressure here on 2nd and 8. It's a running play and Robinson into traffic. By the way, Kirk, I'm told on the LSU sideline,
I seen that play stop.
quarterback
I
Max
seen that
Johnson's
coming.
going into that tent to be checked out after that hit.
On that scramble.
Just popped out pretty quickly.
Good to see. It's a big 3rd down for both teams. There's a lot of momentum right now that's favoring Alabama. They'd love to see that continue. And LSU, they're just trying to stop, get any kind of stop, try to slow down what Alabama is doing right now.
It's been all Williams and Mechie, each with 8 receptions.
I'm gonna get you one of them Alabama cheerleading outfits.
Williams isolated at the bottom one-on-one.
Mechie's off to the left.
Do all that stuff.
Two other receivers.
It's a one-on-one matchup.
Snap it at 2. You get the ball off to the left. That's Mechie.
And he ain't going
But
nowhere.
way too many
Nope.
Tigers in the
He ain't
vicinity.
going
He's
nowhere.
tackled right at the line of scrimmage there. Damone Clark got him, and it is a 4th down stop for LSU.
Yeah, good stop by the Tigers defense. Really surprised that they didn't try to get the ball to Jamison Williams just because he had one-on-one coverage against a corner that he can win against without safety support.
Y'all ask me
Instead, he
what they
throws
doing
it to the
on.
left to the bunch formation. There he is, isolated one-on-one against Darren Evans.
Where your
He goes
husband
over
at,
to
man?
Mechie, and you got a lot of defenders.
Call
there.
of Duty mixtapes. No,
LSU's
the
offense
new one
fumbling
came out
early
Friday,
in the
so
third
that
quarter
was
and struggling.
You
That was
hear
an
him in there
enormous
making
moment
them?
for the defense, and they rose to the occasion to get off the
Got the door
field.
shut, so.
Punt
Oh, okay.
be down inside the LSU 10, and Johnson is okay. Back to work. Down by 13 now.
Welcome
Justin
to
ain't in
Allstate,
there watching football with
where
you.
we have all new
Nope.
lower auto rates.
Got them out my way because
And
I ain't
savings
had
like
time
that.
for nobody worrying me.
will make everyone feel like an MVP.
I gotta go to the bathroom every 5 seconds.
Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate. Because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
Wealth is your first big investment. Worth is a partner to help share the load. Wealth is saving a little extra. Worth is knowing it's never too late to start. Or too early. Wealth helps you retire. Worth is knowing why. Principal for all it's worth.
I need you to see.
To all the kisses that led to this one. Celebrate every kiss with Kay.
My helpers abound. I'll need you today. Our sleigh is now ready. Let's get on our way. A mountain of toys to fulfill many wishes must be carried across all roads and all bridges. And when everyone is smiling and having their fun, I can turn my sleigh north because my job here is done.
It's not magic that makes more holiday deliveries to homes in the U.S. than anyone else. It's the hardworking people of the United States Postal Service.
What the holidays give is meant to be shared. It's the new traditions that lift us up and the way our celebrations are prepared.
I know what I meant to do. Let me do this one.
It's making room for all so that our world doesn't feel so small. It's when moments of light bring us closer than before and illuminate those we do it for. What we value most shouldn't cost more.
Talking about the car wash, Kirk, the Saban car wash. You come out,
I did a 2-hour mix
you come out with a brand new car. McElwain up to
10-minute mix
State.
yesterday.
Kirby Smart to Georgia. Of course, he's still there. Lane Kiffin to Florida Atlantic, and now, of course, in Ole Miss. No, Steve Sarkisian. Get the Falcon car. Pruitt had to go with Tennessee. Sark takes a lap, right? Because he came back to Alabama.
Yeah, that's right.
Back through the car wash, comes out burnt orange. And then Bill O'Brien.
Where's Bill O'Brien?
He's still in the car
there. He's still in there.
Pretty good.
Brian
Bill
Dable.
O'Brien told us he's in no hurry to get back and be a head coach at this point. He was at the Texans enjoying calling plays for Nick Saban.
I had a chance to catch up with him yesterday, and what I really love about it is he said he's loved being back in the college game, and loves working with Coach Saban. And as you said, he's not in a hurry at all, but a name to remember sometimes is people are looking for college coaches.
Johnson on the move here, and will scamper out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Matt, what do you have for us?
And the weather in Seattle is awful, so the ball's been all over the place. But here, Anthony Brown finds Devin Williams for the touchdown. Ducks finally score 6. They're now up 10-9 on Washington. They're late in the second.
It was always going to be tricky. That's a bitter rivalry. You throw Seattle weather and the number 4 team up, approaching halftime.
Another wacky day of college football.
Love it as the stretch drive begins. We're in November now. Flag out on that short run. It's in the holding area. Goodwin knocked down after a short gain. Boy, LSU's offense, the last thing they need is a penalty to make things even tougher. They've been sputtering a bit.
Personal foul. Hands in the face. Number 57 on the defense. Correction. Number 48 on the defense.
Called
Number
Mathis
57's
with the penalty.
helmet came off.
Took the helmet
from the
off.
infraction. Therefore, he
Chasen
can't stay in the
Hines.
game. First down.
Chasen Hines, 57, right guard. Watch his helmet come off. 48. Mathis gets his hand up into the face mask and knocks the helmet off. 15-yard.
He did all that.
All of a sudden, kind of pinned back deep in their own territory. And now they've got decent field position.
Ball to 34 now.
Hard to drive the ball, man, on this Alabama defense. You need some explosive. It's tough to do it. 12 and 13 plays.
It's a good one inside. The 7th penalty, by the way, on the Crimson Tide. Tim Smith wrapping up the ball carrier.
You know what I mean? I mean, you've got to rely on these young receivers. You know, that's the biggest thing that they need. With Keishon Butte out, who is a difference maker, an elite difference maker, you're turning to a lot of true freshmen. And
we watching this on YouTube, Gunner?
Tremendous upside, but they're just young guys that got to go up against a talented secondary like Alabama. But you got to hit some big plays.
Yeah, Butte had 9 touchdowns in the 6 games that he's played. He's still got 10 more catches than anyone on the team. He's been out 2 games.
Yeah.
Johnson flips it short. That's Besh, the tight end. And he'll set up 3rd and about 4. Holly?
Well, guys, Jalen Armour-Davis of Alabama has been taken to the locker room. They're calling it an upper body extremity, but I can tell you as he took his step outside of that injury tent, he was really wincing and holding his breath. It looks like something to his right side.
They pulled the receiver down on top of when he hit the ground. That's how he got injured. They flip it short. And Goodwin out of the backfield is knocked down. It's going to be 4th down and a yard for Orgeron now at his own 44.
Yeah, we saw him go for it, was going to go for it. Then they had a delay of game, pushed him back. They ended up punting, or he's right back near midfield, saying that they're going to go for it again. Bama trying to get DJ Dale onto the field because LSU substituted.
Try to get him to jump off.
And they went for it. Down, and they push the pile and get a crucial 1st down to keep this drive going.
That's tough to do, right? When Bama knows you're going to run up the middle, 4th down and short. You have Besh, who's really not a tight end, lined up as a tight end, trying to block Will Anderson, who got down just a little bit late before he could make an impact on that play. So the Tigers do pick up the first.
Did you say block Will Anderson? They haven't done that all night. He's made 9 tackles, 4 of them behind the line, sack and a half. Good protection. Here's a downfield shot. Neighbors. The true freshman was well covered, and it's too long for him. Jordan Battle, the star safety, rarely targeted. He's a tough DB to beat.
Yeah, Jordan Battle has the ability. Boy, he's hauled over him running downfield. He's grabbing onto his hip. He grabs onto his shoulder. He gets away with some contact there, Bill.
I don't know. We had a conversation about this, Bill. He touched him. Was it enough to impede him there?
I see him losing a step because of it.
Okay.
So I support a flag.
Here you go.
I agree.
Happens a lot in the SEC. Johnson on the move here. Scanning and will again take it off. He's made a couple of nice scramble gains here in the 3rd quarter.
6'5", 220 pounds. Has speed, but it doesn't have obviously the quickness what we're seeing on the other side of the Bryce Young. But when he gets going, man,
long strides.
That was Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson would have did quick stop and go. Boom, boom.
3rd and 4 again. Good one is knocked down, and again it's going to be 4th and 1. This time with the Bama 46.
Pretty good push in the middle. They're just getting pressure off the edges there.
Now, what do you call, Coach? Are you going to test the middle of this Alabama defense again on 4th down? They got it last time, but barely.
I don't know if you can go inside there again, although they are getting a pretty good push.
Dallas turned to the middle linebacker out of the game. Different formation. Hand off, Davis Price. And to dodge a tackler in the backfield and falls forward for the 1st down.
Yeah, he's known for his power. Watch the push in the middle. Good job again, 82 Mashburn, doing just enough there. See him come from the right, kind of a wham block. Does a good job of getting in the way and slowing down 31 Will Anderson, who's just dying to knife down and make a play in the backfield.
Toe came flying in, but a little bit out of control, trying to make the play. Drive continues. 2 4th down conversions now. Over the middle. Pass complete.
Wow.
Right Trey Palmer. Little stutter step move. The Tide lost him. And LSU set up 1st and goal.
Now that ain't make no goddamn sense right there.
This LSU, this Alabama defense.
Wow.
You give
them
at
the end of the play, Kurt.
I saw that late flag. Wow. Give them a lot of different looks. Try to affect the communication, and that's what they did. They messed with the eyes.
On the offense, number 13. It's a 10-yard penalty from the end of the run.
All it back.
It's a spot foul. LSU will still be set up in the red zone here.
By just using that motion prior to the snap. Watch the motion here. Now watch 13 right here. Malachi Moore. He's affected. He runs downfield. You got two defenders, and nobody ends up picking up Trey Palmer. So it's the second time we've seen this has been an ongoing issue on the back end. They get confused with some pre-snap movement. They had trips into the boundary, affects the eyes, and Max Johnson makes them pay for it.
Man, what are you doing?
34-yard gain before the penalty moves the ball back to the 20. Davis Price wrestled down off the end. That's Chris Braswell spelling Anderson at that position.
It's been a heck of a drive. And I talked about how hard it is to drive the ball on this defense. They got 12 plays, 70 yards so far.
2 4th-down conversions on short yardage.
What are you doing, big boy?
For LSU, you want to have a chance at going home with a W, a shocker. You need 7 here. Pop the ball around to Palmer, who made the big catch earlier, and he has dragged down, and the flag comes out. Looks like Battle at the face mask.
They definitely got a hold of that. Jordan Battle just trying to keep the edge to this defense.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle on the defense. Half the distance.
It wasn't a face mask. They called it a horse collar kind of in the front of the jersey, Bill, that time.
That did look like
if you're at the side or the back, that would be a horse collar tackle. But
Bill, take a look at this.
Yeah, I disagree with the call.
Yeah, I didn't see
He's
that.
got him from the front.
That's not really the intention of the rule, is it? They
Bill,
want to
it looked
prevent
like
that tackle from
he
behind.
grabbed the shoulder pad as much
in about
as the
6
jersey.
minutes.
Exactly. So
No, in about 8 minutes. 9 minutes.
It looked at the end of the play like it was looking for some help from another official, but nobody could get the view to help him.
Tigers catch a break.
First and goal, ball just inside the 9. Johnson from the pocket delivers. Catch made. Besh turns, dives, touchdown, LSU. Who says hush to the crowd. Finally, LSU able to find the end zone. A long drought since that opening touchdown.
That's a great matchup for them. Watch him go up against Harris. 8 does a good job of feeling this. Look at this. Look at the cushion there. You can see that Max Johnson trusted, gets the ball out, and then he makes a nice play after the catch to get it into the end zone. Inside leverage made that route to the outside very easy, and Besh is becoming one of the favorite targets of Max Johnson.
He sure is. Among the guys who are on the team, Matt Boutte, he had the most catches coming in from Lafayette, Louisiana. You saw him in pregame. You kind of like the look of this freshman.
I really like the look of him. Really a receiver playing tight end. The progressive pylon cam shows that he extends and gets into the end zone. 14-play, 89-yard drive by this LSU offense. They're back in this thing.
The State Farm Champions Classic begins Tuesday at 7 on ESPN.
You can go big.
I ain't did
or
me no
you
bracket
can
in
go big. Bigger fries, bigger drink. Just 80 cents more
I'll
with
be right
any
back.
meal. Only at Zaxby's. And see Ghostbusters Afterlife exclusively in movie theaters.
Dreaming of your dream home again, Beth?
I love my house, Kirk, but I'd love it even more if it was updated.
There is a way to get the home you want. Huddle up. With Rocket Mortgage, you can turn your home's equity into cash. Now the only thing that's left to do is visualize all the possibilities.
When you're ready to turn your home into your dream home, Rocket Camp.
We're kicking off game day with a Twisted Tea drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Real brewed tea with a 5% kick of alcohol. Keep it twisted.
4 Super Bowls, 6 AFC championships. You?
Award-winning customer service, up to 30% off your auto insurance with Safe Pilot, made for the military community.
And who else?
That's all. USAA, only for the military community.
Today, let's paint with New Bear Dynasty so that you can be proud of your walls.
Go ahead, throw your wine on it. What? It's also scuff resistant. Paying for that.
Introducing Bear Dynasty, the best of Bear, exclusively at the Home Depot.
This is called momentum. And there's no off season. It's work that builds on itself. over and over and over again.
One more. Let's go.
No perfect scenario, no perfect conditions, just a continuous journey of improvement through training, through competing, through recovery. Because the only way is through.
But they can hear this music in the blimp. Goodyear providing the aerial coverage, plays that move you forward. Goodyear more driven. They did not.
Hey man,
they did not buy cheap speakers for.
Let me just say,
when they redid it.
Game ops has never been a bigger deal in college football
Yeah, I got
in
next
sports
week on it.
than right now. If you're looking to visit this stadium, come listen to a seminar on game ops. They got it figured out here.
They make the experience fun for the fans. A lot of times they'll kind of rely on the brand, but now these days fans want to show.
The TV breaks are as exciting as the game.
All straight celebration moment tonight.
How about Purdue?
NM State. I
Talk
don't know
about
who
they
that
might
is.
walk
NM,
upset.
New
I
Mexico
thought it was
State.
too much.
New Mexico
I thought
State,
Michigan
maybe?
State would be ready. They were ready. Guess what? Didn't matter. Purdue with a
Yo, what's
statement win. And Jeff Plum, he already knocked off Iowa when they were at number 2. And again, they knock off another team that had big dreams. They take down Michigan State after the big win last week that the Spartans had against Michigan.
Robinson is slammed down in the backfield. Quick penetration by Jaquelin Roy. Defensive tackle. They have smothered the Alabama running game tonight.
They really have. Winning up front, getting off of blocks. Undefeated teams. We saw a couple more go down today. See at the bottom there, Michigan State and Wake in a shootout against North Carolina. So we have 4 remaining. 3 that everybody's focused on there that are near the top of the rankings. Georgia, of course, at the top.
Low top pressure, barreling through to make the sack is Neil Farrell.
What talking about?
This LSU defense suddenly building the momentum after the touchdown.
Bunch of bullshit.
Backwards.
Yeah, and look at the offensive line here. You've got a guard that's going to pull around, and you get pressure through the middle. It's just a tough ask, right? There's just a miscommunication. Remember, we don't have the starting center. Dalcourt is out of the game. Owens has been moved to center. And on that protection there, nobody picks up the big fella Farrell right in the middle of the defense.
Interior D-line has made back-to-back big plays, and it's 3rd and 23 for Young. 3-man rush. Delivers short to Robinson, and he'll be knocked out at the 19. Wow. So LSU, that grinding drive.
Bullshit.
We'll get the ball back down 6. Final
I'm
minute.
watching this game.
Yeah, he don't want to see Coach O there. We don't want any personal fouls. Let's go. Stay away from it. Jamison Williams is a guy that likes to get active, likes to talk a lot of trash. He's trying to keep his players away from that. They just got a big stop. The big drive you talked about. 3 and out. LSU. Max Johnson going to get the football again in great field position.
Oh,
Miss extra point.
shit.
It's looming a bit. Say you wondered would LSU, though, when they went down 13, took a couple uppercuts. Orgeron told him, be ready for the pain, embrace it, respond to it, and they have fought back well. Back to Matt Berry.
All right, guys, some other highlights from around the SEC, and quite frankly, this one is stunning in South Carolina. Florida down 23-10 to the Gamecocks. Jabari Ellis gets it loose off Emory Jones. We have a scoop and score at the Barnyard. It's at the half, 30-10. South Carolina over the Gators.
Damn shame.
Matty Berry, what are you talking about?
4 and
Are you
5
kidding
with that
me?
loss, unless they rally.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Johnson gets it off. And the catch is made underneath again by the young tight end Bash, who just caught the touchdown. Battle on the tackle. Texas A&M and Ole Miss. That's where College Game Day built by the Home Depot. Go back to the Grove. We had such a wonderful time there back in the day in 14.
And those rankings will change after today with some of these upsets. Who knows where both of those teams will be? We'll find out on Tuesday night, but it'll be fun to bring game day back.
A&M beating Auburn. Ole Miss beat Liberty. Final quarter coming up, and the Bayou Bengals very much hanging around, down only 6 after these messages. We're back for the fourth quarter.
Are you ready for Monday night?
Hey, I can tell you're a fan. Lucky for you, nothing keeps you connected like AT&T 5G.
5G, huh? Is that fast?
Oh yeah, it's fast.
And is it reliable?
Definitely is.
What about secure?
Oh yeah, it's secure.
Love it.
How many of those you got? I don't know. You're very good at whatever this is.
You flatter me.
It's not complicated. AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure.
New brisket at Chipotle.
Good, I ain't gonna lie.
Seasoned, smoked.
I have
seared,
never cooked one of them.
Spiced, sauced, bold, and guac. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
Shit so high in these stores these days, man. Jesus Christ.
Boy, everything is expensive.
Is that a hairball?
Man. Went to the
They're
store.
everywhere.
My sister went to the store,
We have
bought
a
a
cat problem.
chili brick.
Gentlemen, the
$5.
getting a dog.
Damn.
Man.
Go show those cats who's boss.
Come on now. They gotta live on hot dogs and eggs all the goddamn shit.
Man.
These days.
Everything.
Stuck with student loan debt?
Gas.
Move to SoFi and feel what it's like to get your money right.
They ain't got no more stimulus checks coming out, do they?
Nope.
Move your student loan debt
So-
to SoFi. You could save
I
with
don't know
low
what I
rates
gonna
and
do.
no fees. Earn a $500 bonus when you refund and get your money right.
What's strong with me?
What's strong with me?
What's strong with me? What's strong with me?
What's strong with me?
With me.
With me!
What's strong with me?
What's strong with me?
What's strong with me?
Me.
With me.
Coach Prime, I think you got what it takes to wear the Aflac. Style, charisma, and a smile. There's 21 out of 10. You know Aflac can help keep unexpected healthcare costs from ruining someone's finances. Check out this coverage.
Still got it, Coach. You still got it.
I never lost it.
Yeah. You see that coverage? With that wingspan, I see why you got more rings than a cell phone.
There's always room for one more.
Yeah.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
You want fries with that?
Every time I see the commercial, I look at the fries. I can't do shake my head at them
Preferred
motherfuckers.
almost 2 to
Man.
1 over McDonald's.
They don't look fresh at all.
Try them today, only at Wendy's.
Watching a presentation of the SEC on ESPN, and set for the fourth quarter. And this one in Tuscaloosa has had a lot more drama than most folks expected. Just tuning in, LSU converted on a fake punt in the touchdown drive to take the lead.
Yeah.
Soon the offense took a long time to get going, but then they scored 20 unanswered. Back-to-back 3 and outs, though, for the Alabama offense, Kirk, since then. And the Tigers get the football back.
He failed,
Down
boy.
6.
Oh, he
Johnson
still got it. He still got a
will
good
take the
play now.
loss as Dallas Turner drives him out of bounds.
Well, this is a great play by the young freshman, 15, Dallas Turner. Watch him come off the block, keep his outside shoulder. He takes on an offensive lineman, gets off of that. See 15 right there, gets off of Hines, keeps that outside shoulder free, keeps the leverage of that defense, and forces the quarterback inside. And nice play.
6'4" long, #1 recruit at that edge position in the country. St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Fort Lauderdale. 3rd and 13. Crowd's back in it. 3-man rush. Johnson has time to survey. Nobody open. Forced it across the middle, and no chance to make a play. And it's a 3-and-out.
Yeah, they rush 3. Eventually, they get Harris, who comes free at the end. But it's a good job. Look at the coverage downfield. What are you going to do if you're Johnson? Where are you going to throw the football? Nobody open.
Nowhere.
Had a receiver there.
Receivers on 8 guys.
Yeah, there was
I
nobody.
threw that out of bounds,
7
man.
guys and
Since
4
we
of them that were
trying
downfield. Just nobody
throw it
open.
downfield and you get picked off.
Bama's defense gets the stop, and JoJo Earl to receive on a vacuum, and it's a false start. Back up LSU 5 yards.
False start. Offense, number 13. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
One of the shocking things about this game so far, and a serious concern for fans here, wondered why this ground game has lacked a big play punch. It's just not necessarily Brian Robinson's style, but you look at the sack yards in that last drive. Alabama's sitting there at 13 rushing yards for this game. It just hasn't been there at all against this LSU front.
And again, I think a lot of that has to do with that offensive line. And what did we see LSU with Durante
You know,
Jones?
man,
He's brought pressure on Bryce Young. And that's been the answer, is to try to come after this offensive line and come after Bryce Young. But to their credit, as this game has gone on, we've seen Bryce Young get a little bit more time, get the ball out a little bit faster. But that is LSU's plan. They have been blitzing him, and you can see as this game is wore on. Look at Bryce Young against the blitz. 12 and 19, 155 to the 2 scores. I don't think LSU will change that plan. I think you'll still see them with those backers going to be coming after him.
See if Bill O'Brien remains patient with the running game, where it just turns Young loose as a passer. That's a short catch. Bowled in with a stiff arm, driven out after a 7-yard gain.
All things considered, with how young this secondary is and what's been asked of them to try to stay with Jamison Williams and John Mechie and Bryce Young, think about that. You don't have Eli Ricks. You don't have Derek Stingley. You're playing with guys that are good players, but pretty inexperienced. These guys have played well. The plan's been great to try to keep the ball in front of them. They've done that for the most part. It's been a heck of an effort tonight by LSU.
3 best corners are out. Add a lot to that list. Young picks up the fumble, shows composure, throws it across the middle. He got pressure by Farrell.
Farrell has been everywhere tonight. Went down with an injury. And they made a good point with us. Having Glenn Logan back in the middle, they've been rotating Logan in there quite a bit. We've seen Roy in there. Logan coming back into the game right now. It's really helped free up 92 Farrell to make more plays. Guy who's been around. There aren't a whole lot of faces around from that 2019 team, and he's one of them.
3rd and 3. Young, Perez shirt escapes, but he'll be dropped right at the line of scrimmage. And that's Roy getting in there. Another 3-and-out for Alabama.
Remember I talked about they're blitz. Look at these backers. They're going to blitz. Nope. They give them a different look. Change it up. Make this offensive line have to think. It affects Bryce Young. It affected him because they sat back in zone. Pre-snap was man-to-man blitz. Post-snap, they drop the linebackers. They sit back in zone. They confuse the quarterback, and they affect the rhythm, and they, again, get a stop.
Durante Jones continues to make some smart moves, coordinating this LSU defense, and the Tigers are playing hard, and they get the football back again in a 6-point game. Palmer backpedals and makes the fair catch at the 18. 12:36 left in Tuscaloosa. Tigers a chance to take the lead with the score.
There's hot. Woo! Then there's Ghost Pepper Nugget hot. Fill the flame at BK with 8 pieces for just $1.49. Keep cool. Fill the fire with Ghost Pepper Nuggets at BK. Your way, way spicier.
When I listen to my Sonos, I feel everything. I can't imagine cooking without Sonos in the kitchen.
It literally makes the food taste better.
It does make the food
She's in
taste
there, she's
better.
stirring.
When you hear the crowd, it's infectious. It's like we're at the game.
I was sold with the theater setup because I'm a big movie fan, and
Right.
you want to be able to feel like you're there.
It's just so simple. Helps you stay in the moment. I get rid of my couch before I get rid of my Sonos.
Stealth mode?
Yeah.
Don't PTA meetings end at 9?
Oh, got lost.
Wait.
The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
Kobe's in big trouble here.
I require seasoned adventurers.
Come on, I think you like this.
He needs your help.
I got your back.
It has begun.
This is real?
We work on an alternative revenue stream.
Kennedy hosts the game of fill-ins and villains.
You pronounce it.
It's weekdays at 4:30 on Buzzer.
Well, I tell you what, this is a look at some of the key plays. If you missed it, here's the jump pass, Atkins to Mashburn, the tight end. That was would lead to a touchdown for LSU. Jumped on top 7-0.
We talked about LSU had to take some chances. They did. That led to the touchdown. Then Bama just kind of settled in. LSU sitting on the underneath routes. They take a shot downfield to Jameson Williams, and it looked like, okay, here goes Alabama. They're going to pull away. But the Tigers start to make a few plays. A 14-play drive, 89 yards, and a touchdown. And now they're within 6 and have the football.
LSU was on the ropes. Then that defense is forced back to back to back. 3 and outs against the Alabama offense. Johnson on the move. Ooh, dangerous throw. Getting a hand in to break up the play was Malachi Moore.
Boy, Malachi Moore settled in, had a really good position there against Jenkins. Knew he wasn't going downfield. Johnson's been getting to the edge of this defense easy. Throws that ball, and Malachi Moore, with his eyes on the quarterback, steps in front of it. The only thing he didn't do was secure the ball.
I know, right?
Penalty for ineligible man downfield as Johnson bought time. One of the linemen went beyond the 3 yards from the line of scrimmage. Penalties have not been a problem for LSU. Really, most of the
No, just about.
Penalties, not one of them. That's the 6th tonight. Makes it 1st and 15.
Field position important late in the game like this. They need to be able to move the ball a little bit just to try to, if nothing else, they don't want to give Alabama great field position, and Bama's thinking the opposite. Alabama wants to keep them right where they are to get a decent return from JoJo Earl.
Long throw, far side. Catch made. And Jenkins, nice gain that'll set up 3rd and short.
Really nice play after the catch. That's an important play in his football game, and not just accepting that he made a catch. If they tackle him right there, that's a 2-yard gain, and instead it's a big gain. It sets up 2nd and 2. Good effort there, not to just catch that ball and be satisfied with that.
You've got Goodwin, their smaller back in the game, in the 2nd and 2. They fake the reverse. Johnson lofting it downfield and way overthrown. It was Goodwin out of the backfield, went out of bounds, covered by Moore. Holly?
Well, guys, this is such a unique situation for LSU. The coaching staff knows they're out of a job in a couple of weeks.
lot of players are sitting out or injured, and yet here they are, only down by 6 to one of the best teams in the country. These guys are fighting hard over here. I'm impressed with what I've seen on the sideline. These coaches, even though they're out of a job, they are coaching their you-know-what's off. A lot of pride over here for the Tigers right now, guys.
That's a good observation, Holly. You know, I always said to expect this. They need to get 2 in this third down to keep the football. And Davis Price is going to do it. They've been able to convert on 3rd and 4th short yard.
They really have. I mean, the toughest thing to do against the Nick Saban defense is run into the teeth of it, right? In between the tackles. But it just shows you they're getting a good push by Ingram and Shanahan. You can see Coach O. Hines doing a good job at right guard. And Davis Price lowering his pads.
Davis Price again picks his way. Again, his career winding down. This is the final road trip for LSU and Orgeron. They finished with 3 home games. He doesn't want to coach again. He's 65. We know that buyout. He never has to work a day in his life. I told him dinner's on you the next next 10 dinners.
Yeah.
But this is it, Kirk. This is a chance for a signature shocker on the way out. If this team can come from behind and win here.
Yeah, I think he had confidence all week. He said that it was the best week of practice they had. Players know. They know who they're playing. You knew they were going to come in here and fight. You just didn't know would it last 60 minutes. And up to this point, it's been impressive.
And the delay, slow developing play. And Christian Harris was there to drag down Davis Price. Now it's 3rd down and long.
Remember, they have confused this Alabama secondary a handful of times with motions and different looks to try to create confusion with the safeties, which has been, again, a problem at times this year for Bama. I'm sure Jake Peets is still trying to hold on to a play or two to try to do that again with a bust in the back end.
Empty backfield. 4-man rush, lots of time, and a shot to bash the tight end has been a really effective weapon tonight. It's a 1st down.
Favorable matchup right here. Watch how he's able to get separation. Soft coverage, a little push, and then there's the separation. Now, again, he's lined up as a tight end. He's really more of an H. They kind of flex him out as a tight end, make him more of a receiver. But he's got such a natural feel as a route runner. And I think Max Johnson's in sync more with 80 than anybody else on this offense.
You're spot on. 5 catches for Besh. Goodwin's the back. They flip it short, though. Interesting route there. And that's Jontre Kirkland making the catch, still fighting for yards. He has slammed down hard, and there's a little scuffle after that. Tigers did not like the way he was tackled at the end of the play.
This kid, Kirkland's got versatility. What I like there is he waited. I loved how he waited and waited for the line to eventually get there. Good patience. Then he gets behind that convoy and picks up good yards.
Kiner running, still fighting. He'll be about a yard short of the marker. Another 3rd and short. Got a couple plays to pick it up here.
The big fella's not in there. You know, they don't have Davis Price. They'll go with the young back.
And 3rd down, they do hand it to Godwin. He didn't have a lot of heft to him. He's really been 185 pounds. Comes from Birmingham, so near his home territory here. It's yet another 4th and short now.
Yeah, but that time you saw a different push from Alabama, and I think Will Johnson was right in the middle of that. Or Will Anderson, rather, right in the middle of that, helping on that push.
Going to bring in Davis Price now. Yeah. He's carried a couple of times for 1st downs on 4th and short. Garrett Dellinger makes it 6 offensive linemen look here. Another one of those crucial plays for this Bayou Bengal offense. Davis Price, 1st down and a lot more. Gets into the secondary.
Oh my God.
Inside LSU threatening to take the lead.
Threatening.
Watch how they get the initial spot by Anderson. Or by the back here, Davis Price, as he's bouncing to the left. He reads the blocks. Look at 72 and 76 push down, and then the acceleration to be able to get through that hole. He initially looked like he was going to work his way back to the left. He felt the hole open up to the right, saw the grass, used that vision and that speed.
Shanahan had a teammate fall on his legs. They'll take a look at him. We'll take a break.
Subway has so much new, it didn't fit in their last ad. Like the new deli-style oven-roasted turkey and new hickory smoked bacon. It's the Eat Fresh, Refresh at Subway. It's so much new, we don't even have time for this guy.
But I'm Tom Brady.
Oh, and there's smashed avocado, too.
With the Capital One Savor Card, you earn unlimited 4% cash back on dining out, 4% on entertainment, 4% on takeout and popular streaming, and now 3% at grocery stores. Earn unlimited cash back for going out or staying in with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
When you're driving a Lincoln, stress seems to evaporate into thin air, which leaves us to wonder, where does it go? Does it get tangled up in knots? Or fall victim to gravity? Or maybe it winds up somewhere over the Bermuda Triangle. Perhaps you'll come up with your own theory of where the stress goes. Behind the wheel of a Lincoln is a mighty fine place to start.
Fairlife brings more to your holiday traditions. It's ultra-filtered milk with 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a creamy taste. This season, turn delicious into delicious. Fairlife, ultra-filtered milk.
When I look at my ring, I see the moment that he incorporated my dad.
He was there with us because the letter was in my pocket, right next to the ring.
Mr. Cuesta, let me start by saying that you certainly left a mark on this earth. May I marry your daughter? It is more than a ring. It's love.
Introducing the Closer Together collection, inspired by your extraordinary love stories. Jared, love brilliantly.
I like to get up to 30% off my auto insurance with Safe Pilot.
Mr. Gronkowski, USAA is for the military community and their families. That's what makes us special.
Oh, but I'm special.
USAA, only for the military community.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway and in part by Goodyear. Discover the possibilities. Goodyear, more driven.
Chris, his fourth down play, everything on the line. Remember how miscommunication's been an issue for these guys? Look at this. Look at the confusion with the jet motion. And look how they both get frozen and held on fourth down. Not quite on the same page. 9 and 13 have to step in and make a play on 4th and short, confused by that formation and that motion.
First and goal after the big run. Davis Price, stutter step, and is dragged down. Excellent tackle in the open field by Christian Harris. Wouldn't let him go.
These linebackers have been active against this run game. See Will Anderson collapsing down. Outstanding play right there by Christian Harris. He's made plays against the pass, also against the run.
Shanahan, who was hurt in that 4th down conversion, back in the game at center. Second and goal. This is good stuff. LSU, massive underdogs, trying to take the lead. Tide defense trying to preserve it here. Johnson from the pocket. Nobody open and just has to throw it away. He lofted it to the pylon. Will Anderson was in his face. 3rd and goal.
Pete Golding, Nick Saban going with a matchup zone. Eyes on the quarterback, heads on a swivel, taking away all the crossing routes. Great disciplined defense there. And Max Johnson, all he could do is throw that ball away.
Where can he find a play? Is it Jack Besh, the tight end, number 80, who's been an effective weapon?
This is where Jake Peets has got to find his matchup. One of the young receivers. Can he get that separation and win one-on-one? And Coach O calls a timeout.
Yeah, he had to. The play clock was winding down there, trying to get things lined up there. An enormous 2 plays ahead in this college football season.
This is the first photo of your life, son. Your first smile,
Your first bath, the room we made for you, and you'll meet Nana and Grandpa. I can't wait for the world to see you like I do.
Morning already? Taco Bell's toasted breakfast burritos will get you out of bed. With fluffy eggs, crispy bacon, and a melted 3-cheese blend, all toasted to morning perfection. You're not dreaming. They're real. Only at Taco Bell.
One leader falls, another rises. Each time you grew your own shadow, that'll be the last thing you do.
We're at war, you and me. Yellowstone, 2-hour premiere event exclusively on Paramount Network. Set your DVR.
Shop our holiday best deals now through Saturday at Target. Save on select Beats headphones, TVs, laptops, and more. With new deals starting Thursday at Target.
In 2016, I was working at the Amazon warehouse when my brother passed away, and a couple of years later, my mother passed away. After taking care of them, I knew that I really wanted to become a nurse. Amazon helped me with training and tuition. Today, I'm a medical assistant, and I'm studying to become a registered nurse. Hindi ko kayo makakalimutan.
Fries with that.
Introducing Wendy's new hot and crispy fries. Preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's. Try them today, only at Wendy's.
I am the greatest woman of all time.
High above this raucous scene in Tuscaloosa, Goodyear Blimp providing aerial coverage with you for every mile on the road to greatness. Goodyear, more driven. Speaking of driven, LSU, 13th play of this drive coming up, Kirk. They've driven it 74 yards. Now a 3rd and goal from the 8. And all this noise.
They got Trey Palmer in the slot against Malachi Moore.
Plenty of time on the play clock. Johnson swallowed up.
Sacks.
Ball is loose.
Get the ball, y'all.
He's going for it.
Get the ball.
He's got it at the 20-yard line.
Yes.
Alabama's defense rises up to make an enormous play.
Yes, sir.
Stay alive in the playoff chase.
Yes.
Big time play by one of the veterans of the Alabama defense. Just never gave up on the play. Johnson holding on to that ball too long. Nobody open. He's got to feel that, and as he grows, he will. Interesting for Bill to be able to comment on that. I don't know if that ball was knocked loose. I think his arm and hand were coming forward, Bill, and the ball came out.
Plays under review right now, but I see him in firm control.
Rolling on the field with a fumble recovered by Alabama. The previous play is under further review.
That's a tough situation, isn't he, Bill? The judgment has to be for the replay crew, Gerald Hodges. Was he trying to tuck the ball away, or was it a pass?
I don't see a tuck. I see him still trying to get rid of it. I have a forward pass on this.
I'm with you, Bill. And initially, when Mathis made contact, the ball didn't come out. So he still has firm grasp of the ball. And then he starts to bring his hand forward, and the ball comes out.
Just real-time look at it. The arm is definitely coming forward. Is the intent, though, to tuck that ball back or to throw it? I know the officials aren't told to read minds, Bill, but how do you see this one? You would have this incomplete.
You know, tough one from the field to see. You can't see through the back of the quarterback as a referee. But this view here, he's trying to pass the football. This is an incomplete pass.
Mathis, you're right, though, made an enormous play. One of those Louisiana natives who comes from Weisner, and he not only forced that fumble, but recovered it back at the 20. See if it stands. Gerald Hodges, the replay official, along with Matt Leffler. It's going to be 4th down if it's an incomplete pass. 4th and 8, and a decision for Orgeron if he gets a chance.
After review, the quarterback's hand was going forward, therefore it's an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down and 8. 4th and goal on the 8-yard line.
Another look at it.
Again, the important thing is he didn't lose control of the ball there. I thought Mathis may have dislodged the ball, but he did not. And then the arm comes forward. That's why I see Coach O with
go for it.
Yep.
Not a 1st down, Coach. It's a 4th down, but you're still in play here. You like the decision? If you
I do. The way their defense has been playing, I want to circle and show Jack Besh because he wasn't on the field on that last play. He's going to be in the middle. I'll show him to you right here in the middle. That's Johnson's favorite target.
Johnson looking right, scanning across the middle, leaping, and it's incomplete. It was over the hands of Trey Palmer.
Good job,
Alabama's defense makes a stand. Orgeron choosing not to cut the lead to 3 there with the field goal.
Heck of Watch this move right here. He's looking. His eyes are over here, but eventually he works back over here. Heck of a play. Read the quarterback's eyes, came off of the receiver, followed the eyes, led him over to be able to be there just in case to help out with Brian Branch. I like the call because LSU's defense has been playing great, and now you have Bryce Young pinned inside the 10-yard line. I think it's worth taking the chance.
So close to a touchdown there, just over his fingertips. And now Alabama, 6:46 to bleed out to protect this precarious lead. Young with the throw, low. Bolden went down to get it, and they pick up just 3. That mishandled hold on the PAT, the rare, ultra rare miss by Alabama, made that an interesting decision.
Well, the officials talked. They said that that's an incompletion. It's like Darius Jones is down. We've talked all night. It's like they're looking at his right hand, maybe his right finger, index finger. Talked all night about this secondary and how they've had to fight through injuries all year. They're going to get him up.
Yeah, a lot of guys kind of gritting their teeth.
Yeah.
And he's an inexperienced corner, pressed into duty because their top 3 guys are injured. A lot of guys nicked up, inexperienced, asked to step up big, and this LSU team have done that tonight.
Yeah. Aaron Evans has been out there playing a lot. Jones.
Alabama still no running game, Kirk. You'd think a vintage Crimson Tide offense, certainly a great chance to grind it out, protect the lead. Tonight they've had 0 on the ground. Empty backfield. 3-man rush. Rice with time, send their flat-footed at the goal line, that delivers the throw, and Bolden makes that catch, and they move the sticks across the 20.
Good job of just sitting back, waiting for it. Nice adjustment there by the receiver, Slade Bolden. He had all kinds of time, and eventually Bolden finds its soft spot, dropping 8 into coverage.
If you pressure him, he's still pretty good. If you don't pressure Young, forget about it. He is frighteningly efficient. Clean pocket. He's been almost impossible to stop this year. That's a quick throw. Williams goes up high and just darts out of bounds after the catch.
Gotta love Bill O'Brien, an offensive coordinator, play caller, in the approach. You know, that he trusts his young quarterback. You know, he's gonna. He told me something last night. He said, you know, this guy is so cerebral. He's all about prep. He said by Tuesday, he's talking to me like I'm talking to one of these NFL quarterbacks about game planning. He's helping me with the game planning, which is pretty unique from such a young quarterback.
He says no one does it that early in the week.
Yeah.
Comes in Tuesday ready to go. Robinson takes a hit. They're able to move the 6 that time, and that'll take it down under 5.5 before they have to snap it next time.
When in doubt, go behind the big guy, Evan Neal, left side, 6'7", 350.
See Kirk, No running game all night. Still sitting there, just 17 rushing yards. Can they find one here with Robinson, or will it be those short control passes?
I think it's trust a quarterback, mix in run when you have to, but trust Young and try to find some easy throws, and don't take the sack. Just throw it, but be safe with it.
And Young delivers a very safe throw. Williams makes a pivot. Ooh, almost ran free. Is tackled near the 50. Evans made the tackle.
Yeah, I mean, you're on an island out there, and you got to tackle one of the best receivers in the country. You know, it's not just a little 8-yard out. It's what happens after that 8-yard out. Trying to bring him down, and eventually he gets some help by the big linebacker, Clark.
For LSU, can you afford to leave a cushion for these receivers as you have a lot of the night, though? You have to get up and play a little more aggressive.
Well, they've been winning up front. They haven't had to worry about that.
Comes pressure. It's picked up, and the ball incomplete. Williams just let that ball go right past him. There's a flag out. Did he step out of bounds?
Yeah, I think he didn't even make an effort to catch the ball because he's about to get hit. But there's a flag right there.
It's strange looking.
Yeah, he's going to lose yards if he ends up catching that. It would have been about a 4-yard loss.
It does stop the clock, which is a factor.
The flag came out right where he was.
Long consultation. Saban looking for some clarity.
The ruling is intentional grounding on the offense, number 9. Number 1 was an ineligible player. He was covered up on the play. Therefore, the pass was going to an ineligible player. That's intentional
That would
grounding.
explain.
It's a loss of down. Second down.
Here we go
spot.
again with the intentional grounding interpretations. That explains why Williams has let the ball go.
This is the second time this year I've heard about this call. This receiver out to the outside is eligible. The guy to the inside is not eligible.
That's why he didn't even attempt to catch the ball.
That's probably why he didn't reach for it. He probably realized it.
Yeah.
At the same time,
what was Bryce Young thinking? I mean, he's always making such good decisions. Shocked that he thought that Jameson Williams was an eligible receiver.
he called the formation, but does he know whether he is or isn't? But
well, the clock is stopped, and it's now 2nd and 20.
Yeah.
Late pressure, Young escapes it. He's got room and scoots for a nice gain. Takes a big shot at the end of the play from Jay Ward.
Wow.
Pops right up.
Yeah, I'd love to see him get up. This is where you'd like to see him slide. Damone Clark, middle linebacker. They've been blitzing him all night. When you blitz, you better have somebody that can help out. But bang, right there. Jay Ward lowers his shoulder.
Slider, get out of bounds.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, absolutely.
Remember, he came at 172 pounds here. He's bulked up 20 pounds. He is not a very thick, strongly built quarterback. He's got a lot of attributes, but you don't want him taking shots like that very often. 3rd and 5.
Remember, they're showing a lot of blitz all night.
Tigers crowd in the line.
Nick Saban called a timeout. He is worked up. He is fired up.
Alabama.
Bama trying to finish the job here. 3:38. And Bryce Young showing some toughness here. Knocked flat. Hops right back up.
If Damian Lillard let 6 all-star selections go to his head, he never would have had the heart to give back to the streets that shaped him. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Jerry's here! Jerry! How are you?
So good, Jerry!
Good to see all of you, yeah.
Why is Jerry so popular?
It's been like this ever since we started using Workday.
What do you mean?
It makes it easier to develop great relationships with our suppliers. Now, everyone, everywhere loves Jerry.
Jerry! Jerry!
They sure do. They do. They really do.
Workday. Finance, HR, planning, and spend management for a changing world.
America! After the past year-ish, everyone deserves something new. So, AT&T is giving everyone our best deals on every iPhone, including the iPhone 13 Pro with its amazing camera, like to everyone that worked from home or welcomed a new family member.
They're all out of dogs.
Our deals are for everyone.
It's not complicated. AT&T is giving new and existing customers our best deals on every iPhone, including up to $800 off the Epic iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show who's the cheesiest?
I woke up thinking the cheesiest, coach!
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
I'm coming home, baby. I'm coming home now, right away. I'm sorry now, I ever will.
The ride of your life is closer than you think. For the first time ever, buy your new car entirely from home with Nissan at Home. Delivered direct from dealer to driveway.
I'm coming home now real soon.
Today, let's paint with New Bear Dynasty so that you can be proud of your walls.
Go ahead, throw your wine on. What? It's also scuff resistant. Paying for that.
Introducing Bear Dynasty, the best of Bear, exclusively at the Home Depot.
I just got my cashback match. Is this for real?
Yep. We match all the cashback new card members earn at the end of their first year automatically.
Whoa, I got my money.
It's hard to contain yourself, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Well, let it go. Woo.
Get a $1-for-$1 match at the end of your first year, only from Discover.
As someone who resembles someone else, I appreciate that Liberty Mutual knows everyone's unique. That's why they customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Oh yeah, that's the spot. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is called momentum. And there's no off season. It's work that builds on itself over and over and over again. Because the only way is through.
Nick Saban hollering and demonstrating what he thought was a targeting hit on his quarterback by Jay Ward. They reviewed it, Kirk. If you look at this, this is just a hard football play. Ward seems to lead with the shoulder.
Yeah. I mean, he makes
not
contact.
defenseless there.
He makes contact, but he's leading with the shoulder, hits the side of the helmet. He's not using the crown of his helmet, so therefore there's no targeting there.
It was the verdict from the booth, so it's 3rd and 5. And Bama keep this march going. Play number 8 in this drive. Pressure again. And he's sacked. The ball is loose. A scramble for it at the 41-yard line. Two guys fighting for the football on the ground. Cameron Lewis knocked it loose. LSU has it in Alabama territory.
How about Cam Lewis?
Say it.
Cam Lewis is a 6th-year
Just
guy.
say it.
Super senior. Makes the play of the game for LSU. Coming off the edge. Able to get his hands on that football and knock it loose. Jarred it loose. Good effort to be able to come up with that.
Waylon Roy is the man who won the battle, Kirk, at the bottom of the pile, recovering the football.
They get the ball at the 42 of Alabama, but a 6th-year player in Lewis has been asked to step up and become a leader in the back end with all their injuries, and he makes a huge play.
It's a great point. He was there for the glory of 2019, right? One of the great teams ever. He's seen the low times since then. Playing hard tonight. Now, can LSU find the end zone and pull off one of the biggest shocks in college football in a long time? Can Max Johnson come up with something, Kirk, that'll become part of LSU lore? Yeah, Burrow and company came in here and won a couple years ago. That was a great team. This is a team with a lame duck coaching staff that struggled tonight and somehow hung around here.
And Chris, let's not forget what's at stake. Not just the pride. You want to beat LSU. You're sitting at number 2 in the latest rankings that came out. You're 7-1. We've talked all year since their loss to A&M. Alabama cannot afford another loss if they're going to try to chase some dreams of getting into an SEC championship and maybe a playoff.
Johnson, ball batted in the air, and it falls to the ground. Anderson got a piece of it. He was trying to track the football down. Couldn't come up with a pick.
You know, if you can't get to the quarterback, be an athlete out in space, right? Go up in the air. He is so elite, special athlete. Will Anderson going up and knocking that ball down.
He has played a monstrous game tonight. 3rd and 9. Anderson on the left edge, set to get after the passer again. They block him, but heavy pressure hits Johnson on the throw, and it's 4th and 9. That was DeMarco Helms on the blitz.
Coach O trying to call a timeout right before that ball is snapped. I don't think he liked the look. They bring Helms late. Also bring Henry Toto. Just not enough offensive linemen in to try to help out. They had one too many. Look at Coach O at the top. Look at him. He's just about to call a timeout and unable to get it.
Here we go. Tigers need 9. And now Mojran will spend a timeout. He's got 2 to spare. Wanted to take a look at Alabama's defense. Slammed his headset down. That was frustration from not getting a timeout to play before.
Yeah, I think he wanted that timeout. He's frustrated with the series. They just got great field position at the Alabama 42 after that Lewis sack and just unable to do anything on these first 3 plays.
Now, if you're Pete Golding and Nick Saban on that near sideline here, come up with your plan. What do you call? You bring the pressure? Do you drop and make the quarterback find something against guys?
You can also rely on Will Anderson to get home. You know, I mean, you've got some guys that can bring heat. I think you put the pressure on Max Johnson.
Fourth and 9. They bring an all-out blitz. Sanderson doesn't get home. The ball's incomplete. He tried to get the ball to Besh, his favorite target. They came after the quarterback big time.
That's the matchup, right? They brought the all-out blitz, brought everybody. He goes to Jack Besh, who's going to win. You know, this guy has been winning for the last few weeks. He's one-on-one, soft coverage, but look at the pressure. Off of his back foot, tough to throw it with accuracy, and unable to put it in a spot where 80 can go up and make a play on the ball. But that was the matchup. That's who he wanted to go to, was his guy, Besh, against Brian Branch.
This is not a position Bama's defense expected to be in tonight. Young with that fumble, and they had to go back on the field and protect this 6-point lead. Now with 2:36 to bleed off this clock, unless you can stop it only once. It's Robinson in the old school I formation. Young kind of stumbled coming away from center. The timing wasn't good, and Robinson picks up a couple. Tonight's player spotlight brought to you by Royal Caribbean. We talked about the Jack linebacker, Will Anderson, just a phenomenal sophomore, the youngest of 6. He's got 5 older sisters. I said, I bet you were bossed around a lot. They were all athletic. They kind of roughed him up. They actually made him tough. And here is the family. They kept trying to have a boy, finally got a boy. And mom and dad were excited they could finally raise a football player, but very athletic family, such a supportive family, great family.
Great family, great player. He's had an incredible career. With all the losses from last year's national championship team, he's become the guy. When they lost to Texas A&M, it was Will Anderson who stepped up and talked about, hey, we don't have any margin of error. We got to go out and play. Football has to matter to you. Put everything else away. That speech was where he became really the alpha of this team.
Match me, he kept saying, match me, match my effort, my intensity, my commitment.
Hard to match the commitment, hard to match the production. By the way, under center with Bryce Young and Chris Owens, not the easiest.
They struggled a bit. You're right. With the ball to Robinson, and he's going to be wrestled down behind the line. LSU spent that last timeout. They can't stop it again. Barrel with the tackle, but it's going to be 3rd and long. They'll get the football back.
Yeah,
they can get a stop.
Yeah, they will. Probably get it with around
family.
About a minute to go.
And we can snap the ball around a minute 45 here. It brings me great joy to hit the quarterback. I reiterated that yesterday. It's been a joyful night for him. He's done a lot of that. Looks like Saban's going to let it wind down and spend the timeout using all of the play clock here. 3rd and 10 coming up. Didn't necessarily expect, Kirk, the number 2 team in the college football rankings brought to you by Allstate, to be in this kind of a 4-quarter fight. We knew LSU had talent. They played with pride, but this is more than we thought we'd get from this game.
2 losses.
Michigan State losing by 11.
2 losses in the top 10. Wake Forest, we knew that would be a shootout, but a 58-55. Mac Brown's team victorious.
Oregon up there in Seattle was trailing in that game. Sloppy weather, as Matt showed. Now it's 17-9, final minute of the 3rd quarter. Up
Ohio State had a scare in Lincoln today. Cincinnati had a scare against Tulsa at home. Alabama tonight, a scare so far from LSU. This one's obviously not over.
You know, the first rankings come out, you think, that shouldn't really be a factor, but you start to see the pressure of the stretch run come into play, the mental challenge of this part of the season.
Especially ranked versus unranked. You go in ranked, everything to lose, and you're LSU and you're throwing fake punts on the first series. You know, what the heck? Just you can take chances. That's what you're facing when you're a ranked team in November.
Alabama with that big stop, just trying to get out of here. A loss that would have completely.
Man, what Bama gonna do, man?
Up the playoff chase, knock the
Better
tide
make something happen
way
right here.
off the screen. Something that all the other contenders wouldn't have mind seeing. By the way, there were a lot of folks who were rooting for LSU tonight who didn't think they had a chance. Young tried to fool him with a boot like he fooled no one, and just gets down for a loss. And the play clock will tick down, and they'll punt the ball a little bit less than a minute to go.
Good job of the defense, showing discipline.
You cut
Corner
his
2
mouth
to the
already.
far right, just in case he's there.
You still cut it. You still damage
McCaffrey,
it.
good job of staying home. Clock will continue to
Don't
tick.
cut
It'll
it.
go down just under a minute.
The stadium.
They'll have out of timeouts, under a minute, and probably around, depending on where they hit the return, is about 70 to 85 yards.
Got to get the punt away, first of all. They did have one blocked here at home by Tennessee.
Bama killing that clock. Look at him.
10,000 miles away. He
Oh,
flipped
Dallas,
from
you ain't
Ole
got no
Miss. They
more
offered him a
time out.
scholarship, but only a 3-year scholarship. Tide said, we can do better. We'll offer you 4, and they flipped him. And he's the guy that's got to catch this punt snap and kind of get it away. The kicking game's been a little bit of a problem, and you don't expect this from Alabama, but Paul Tyson is the backup quarterback, and he's the first-year holder. And this was in that early field goal. The low kick by Reichert just doinked off the crossbar.
That didn't make
That's
it.
one thing.
Oh, that's not.
But the PAT, again, a mishandled snap. The kick sails wide right, and that kept LSU with some things in play late in this game. Kept it a 6-point game.
I think it goes over in practice.
You're wondering,
Bama defense better step it up right here.
Down there, they didn't get the 3 points. Had they, though, they would have had the ball back in Alabama territory.
Well, they've been aggressive all night with their decision making, so I think it fits with their approach to the game. I think they had to go for it down there.
Nealon Hibbert is a true freshman with the long snapper. He gets it to Burnip, and the other freshman does get it away. It's a short punt, and it's returnable. And
wow,
out is Palmer. They got some decent field position.
Not a great punt, pretty good return. They're going to be at about their 37 or 38 yard line with 50 seconds to go. All right, see what you can do.
No timeouts. Big plays down the field have been really hard to come by for this offense.
If you're an Alabama fan, you've watched this secondary all year. You're holding your breath right now. You don't want to see any Boston coverage. Everybody have their assignment. Everybody be on the same page.
Pressure. They've got Johnson back at the 30.
Oh.
Dallas Turner's got him clock ticking. They can't stop it, and the quarterback very slow to get up.
Yeah, and the last thing you can afford to do is take the sack, especially with no timeouts. The true freshman, Dallas Turner, who's a Sam linebacker, a lot of times in coverage. That time he's able to get around the corner and get home.
Now it's a 3-man rush. Johnson, a long throw, and the catch made and getting out of bounds is Jenkins. Yeah, that's the absolute thing you cannot do.
You just can't do it.
2-minute drill.
Yeah. What,
Good thing about it, they got to get a touchdown and not a
You're
field
talking
goal.
about a young guy
Yep.
who's going to have a really bright future. 6'4", about 245 pounds. Christian Allen's been taken away from them this year at that spot. Drew Sanders has missed the last few games. He's been forced into action, comes up with a heck of a play.
LSU needs a miracle now.
That's true.
Late pressure. Johnson gets it out, broken up beautifully across the middle. Getting a long arm out there was Brian Branch. And LSU down to one play in just 18 seconds.
Besh has been running those crossers all night against these safeties. And that time Branch was ready for
Boy,
it,
this is
positioned
struggling.
himself, made it really tough in a tight window for Max Johnson.
Last chance for Johnson in this LSU offense.
No, not
Three-man
even
rush.
That's a milk.
Surveying. And delivers. Catch made.
No.
And a first down in Alabama
Oh,
territory.
boy.
Thomas got to the 45. 9 seconds to go. Now they can take a shot deep down.
Take a shot. Good job here. Johnson waits. Heck of a job by the young receiver, Brian Thomas.
You do work.
Not giving up on that play, having an idea where he needed to get, and then gets
You
out
gotta
of
ask him.
bounds to
None of
preserve
his
that clock
electronics.
to 9 seconds.
You already cut his electronics. You shouldn't have done that. You ain't had no electronics for him to
In the
cut,
left
so.
arm of Johnson. Get it to the end zone from the pocket here.
Still.
And to throw it. Now they're going to
Well,
throw short, trying to
his
get
is not
a little bit of
electronic.
yardage, and that's a
Play.
smart
Whatever.
play. Jenkins makes the catch. Now it's not a Hail
Not
Mary.
They went to a
TV,
bunch
PS4
formation
or his
into the boundary. 3 receivers. Alabama anticipating the Hail Mary. Nobody out to the outside to
should've
stop
cut it and
Jenkins from
stabbed it.
on a little kind of wheel route, like a banana route, where he's able to get to the boundary. And a heck of a decision by Peets, the offensive coordinator. Now you got a real shot to throw it into that end zone.
30 yards away, 5 seconds to go.
This is it.
And LSU come up with something to shock the world here. Johnson pressured, flag down, lofted to the end zone, jump ball by everybody. It's batted down. No time left on the clock. The flag in the area that you would suggest is holding. And they could just decline it. And that would be the ball game.
Break it, you cleaning up glass.
Personal foul, face mask, offense.
That's it. It's over.
That's it.
It's over.
That is it. Oh boy, the struggle win.
And their fans can exhale.
Oh, the struggle win.
LSU
Trying to tell you.
came to fight for all 4 quarters tonight.
All right,
And it comes
people.
down to
It's the end of the
final play.
game. We'll see y'all next week.
Exchange between Saban and Ogeron.
Bye-bye.
All right, then I'll talk to you later.
And Alabama gets out of here with